Oh, excuse me.
Good stuff.
All right. Welcome everybody to an all new episode of GVN Talk. This is going to be a fun podcast because we are welcoming one of our own back after what seems to be forever. But welcome back, Shekinah.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. This is your show just as much as it is ours. So it's always good to have you here. But we're glad you're back. And we have a whole bunch of topics that we can't wait to get your opinion on. And I definitely have to ask you about what your thoughts were on the Batman. Because that's, we haven't really talked about that. So I want to hear that. But before we jump into that, I want to introduce my other co-host, Trevon. What's up, Trevon?
Hey, happy to be here. Can't wait to talk about everything. A lot happened. Even a couple of things announced today, or maybe I missed them, but I saw them today. So I was like, oh, cool. But yeah.
Now Trevon got me worried because now I'm like, shit, what did happen today? Now I got to try to remember. But anyway, we also welcome in Jayla. What's going on, Jayla?
Hey.
Oh, nope, your sound.
Here we
your
go.
Sound.
Hello,
oh, there
hello.
you go. Perfect. Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. Just in time. You hit the buzzer beater. We love it. All right, so let's jump right into it. All right, so first, before we get into the topics we actually do have, Shekinah, I was dead serious. I want to know, what were your thoughts on the Batman?
Right. No, it was really good. I enjoyed it. I watched it twice.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might watch it one more time just so I can get it all in. But I really, really enjoyed it. It was definitely a slow burn, but I don't think it was bad that it was a slow burn. A lot of people complained about that, but I think it was good. Robert Pattinson did a great job. Like, I was so skeptic before. Like, I didn't believe. But after this, like, I'm a full stan. Like, he did a great job. So I really loved it. No complaints from me at all. I loved it. So yeah. Good.
I love to hear that. And did you check out the deleted scene with the Joker?
I did. I did. I had no clue that Barry, is it Keoghan, was the Joker?
Yes.
That whole thing was so confusing for me, but like, I'm like happy that we saw that. And so that was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I love that movie. It comes out on HBO Max here in the US on Monday. Me and Sabrina already have it set. We're just going to watch it on repeat. That movie is just, you're going to hear it come up in some of the lists we got today, that movie. So, but goodness gracious, was that a damn good movie. Goodness gracious. But we'll get back to DC in a little bit. That's one of our topics. I'm really excited to hear what Trevon says, because I kind of feel like I'm most nervous to hear where Trevon will jump with his just assumptions. So I'm gonna start with you when we get there, Trevon. But let's start with one of the topics we have: best opening scene in a movie. All right, so we're just gonna do one each, not a list of 5 or a list of 10, because we got a bunch of stuff here, so I don't want us to take forever. So Jayla, you are jumping around, so I want to pass it over to you. What scene are you going with?
Oh my God, it's Scream. It's absolutely Scream.
I knew
it is iconic. It is. Listen, the idea was Drew Barrymore's, because she was one of the A+ people in Hollywood time. Everyone thought she was going to be the main actress,
Right.
the main lead, and to have her die first is not only a shock to everyone, but it's just timeless. I love the opening scene. It's effective. It gets a point across. It jumpstarts everything, and it's honestly really brutal seeing her like gasping her last breaths with her parents on the phone. Scream. Scream is the best opening, followed by Dark Knight. Just a little shout out, because the introduction to Joker is great, but Scream for me.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can't get that is one of the best swerves, is bringing in someone like Drew Barrymore to where you're like, all right, what's Drew Barrymore about to do? And it's like, oh, she just dies. Gotcha. And she executed it so well. It's definitely, if it wasn't for the fact that Geekdom alone has just like completely overtaken my life, I would agree with you, because it's one of those shock and awe openings, right? So you're just like, all right, goddamn, like that's how you start a horror movie. This is perfect. But for me, and I told you guys it would be on some of these lists, it's the Batman. It's the Batman. It's the narration. It's how dark and brooding Gotham is. It's just seeing that the light in the sky, the dude was just robbing a convenience store, came out, saw it, and said, nah, nope, hell no, I'd rather get hit by a car and run. No, sorry. And then obviously just seeing him get suited up in the back of the train while he's just watching the guys, and then coming out of it to those loud ass footsteps in the Batman theme. It was just so much about it that I was just like, the only other time I think I felt that fulfilled as a fan was when I saw Luke Skywalker's X-Wing in The Mandalorian season 2, where I was just like, okay, all right, you did it. You checked off my geek bucket list for things I want to see, for accuracy in the feel of these characters. So yeah, I'm going to Batman. That scene, even just I could just stop at the narration and that's enough for me. You know, like I'm paraphrasing here, but he's like, it's a warning. Like when you see the light in the sky, it's a warning. You know how badass that sounds? Like it's a warning. Like it's not so the cops can let me know. It's so that the criminals know I'm watching, right? I'm watching, and I'll come break your neck. Love it. Beautiful. Love Matt Reeves. Shekinah, what are you going with? What's your best opening scene?
I'm gonna go with Infinity War, just because, like, you saw Hulk coming off the back of Ragnarok being like this big, strong character, and then he ends up being beaten so easy by Thanos, which was so scary at the time. Like, I'm gonna go with that. It was a shocker, so I chose that one.
Yeah, I've never been hurt more than watching Hulk go through that. I mean, look, I get it. I still to this day defend it because it was meant for mainstream fans that don't know who Thanos is. So it's like, all right, mainstream fans know how strong the Hulk is, right? So what better way to introduce this new villain, right, than to have him just completely dust the Hulk in a one-on-one battle? Like, he didn't use a stone. He just straight up was head, shoulders, knees and toes. That's what he put on the Hulk. So I get it, but my biggest issue was Hulk never really had his comeback, right? Like, Hulk actually had like a prison story, right? Like, he was this big bad gangster, went to prison, found Jesus, came out and started to teach the gospel to people. Like, that's what the Hulk became. And it's like, damn, you were a badass before you got head, shoulders, knees and toes, right? So to me, I understand it story-wise, but it still hurts my heart that he went out like that. Like, he went out like a sucker. And I think Feige just did him wrong. But, you know, I'm hearing we might get,
redemption.
Might get that back. I'm hearing we might get that back. You know, all right, no problem. I'm just saying, he became my brother when he turned into Smart Hulk, and I just did not like that. I was like, oh, you found the
don't
peace?
like Smart Hulk?
I was like, heck no.
I loved it.
No. Where he was just like, oh, that's what I used to do? Ugh, what is that? It's like, bro, that Hulk wouldn't have gotten beat up by Thanos. I tell you that. I tell you that right now. You got soft. That's what happened. Went to a whole new planet and got soft. But anyway, Trevon, I'm going to pass it over to you. What are you going for your best opening scene?
You know, at first it was like the first thing I thought of was the Dark Knight, the Joker scene in the beginning. But I started thinking about the feeling of the Half-Blood Prince at the beginning when Snape and Malfoy's mother did that unbreakable vow. I was like, that set the tone, man. This movie about to be dark. This is about to be bad. I was like, okay, so he'll die if he don't do what he said. Like, yeah, all right, that's okay. Let's go. So yeah, I thought that was that's what I thought about. And I'm in my Harry Potter like mood right now. So yeah,
I can feel you.
I'm on a high. I'm super high right now. So yeah.
I'm completely with you. And look, no need to defend it, Trevon, because we're not going to sit here and act like Harry Potter didn't have some amazing scenes in their 8 movie run. Well, I guess 11 if you count You count this one.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna sit here and act like they didn't give us some of the best stories when we were kids. We're not gonna do that. So I'm with you there. You ain't got to defend that at all. I do want to give a honorable mention to Blade. Not necessarily because it was indeed one of the greatest opening scenes I've ever seen in my life. More so because as a how old was I? Maybe 9 or 10. I was not expecting that. I'm sitting in the theater with my dad, and I remember just looking at it just like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Like, I'm looking around. There's no other kids here. I think we should go. But it was just, look, that's how you start a Blade movie. A vampire bloody rave. There's no better way to start a Blade movie.
Actually, and I'll actually mention this movie too. You haven't seen it yet, but I really enjoyed the opening the 2-part opening of this. I felt, if you get, you know what I'm saying, Chicago, it was a 2-part opening. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh damn. Okay. All right. I'm definitely gonna see this ASAP. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Jayla.
I like the newer trend of having the title card coming in much later into the movie and having longer openings. It's just my favorite thing in the world. If you haven't seen Fresh yet, Fresh does it beautifully. Okay. What else? Oh, what was that one? Empty Man. Empty Man had an insane opening.
Okay.
Like things like that are like my newest favorite trend because it kind of introduces the story. And like what's like, it sets the foundation, and then it's like, all right, the foundation is this. Now here's the actual story, and it makes for great opening. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure. And look, I also threw Logan in there. Yeah. It made sure it set the tone early, so we knew, hey, there's gonna be blood.
That was rough.
That
was rough. I can't watch it. I love it, but I can't do it.
I can't watch it anymore either.
Mm-mm.
I just can't watch it for the there's only one part that really makes me cry, and it's not the part that people would assume. It's the part when they're driving. And she said, Charles said you want to die. And he said, oh yeah, what else did Charles say? Not to let you. Every fucking time that gets me. Every goddamn time that gets me. Because it just showed you how much Charles loved him, how much Charles understood he was hurting. And how Charles thought she could be something. She could be what convinced him to want to live, right? So to tell a little girl that, like, hey, look, your dad wants to not be here. Do your best to make sure he doesn't, go off the deep end. And she shouldered that. She shouldered it. She was like, okay, no problem. She drove a car. Like she really came through for her dad. She drove a car to go get him some help. So I'm like, yeah, that part always gets me. When you get to I think it's just adorable. Obviously when you get to the end where she turns the cross into the X and whatnot, that's just more so adorable. But the part that always strikes my heart is that moment where she's trying to be his daughter. But he just doesn't know how to receive it, right? Always gets me. Hugh Jackman played that perfectly. Yeah, he has. And I love that this movie just really hit on it. Like he's just tired. He's just tired, it's honestly what we saw with Steve. In Endgame. Steve was just like, I'm tired. Like he gave Sam the shield and didn't even prep Sam for what was about to happen. Like he just said, here, take this shield. And I know Sam in the back of his head was like, a black guy becoming Captain America. I don't think they'll allow that. And Steve was just like, look, I am tired. Take it. Get away from me.
Do whatever you need to do. I'm sorry.
Do whatever you need to do. I don't even care. He didn't even say nothing to Bucky. He just looked at Bucky and said, that was it. I'm tired. I ain't got time to talk to you. You just know what's up. I'm out of here. Like, so I appreciate us seeing a longevity of our heroes enough for them to just be like, yo, I am tired. Okay. Let me out of here. So I always appreciate that. Shekinah, did you have another honorable mention? Did you have an honorable mention? Anything else you could think of?
No, that was it.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah.
No problem. All right. Next up, let me see where I want us to go. All right, let's do this. Let's talk. We did get a Stranger Things season 4 trailer. We did get one, and look, you play me Journey, and you got me, right? I don't even need to see the visuals. Just play Journey. and I'm there. But this was probably the most excited I've ever been for Stranger Things ever. Because it lived up to the bill, right? Like, it's not the faceless monster. It's more so now like who's behind that monster, right? We're seeing a villain with a face, right? We're seeing a villain that can really heighten the stakes. We see what's her name floating in front of her brother's grave, and it's like, well, what the hell is that about, right? You're like, well, what's that? But I am, and I'm going to pass it to you, Jayla. But I am a firm believer of, and I actually, I feel better, Tia. But if Tia were here, she would speak to this. I've been saying this for probably 2 seasons now. They're not kids anymore. It's not adorable anymore. The show needs to end. And now I see how adult they're going. I'm like, okay, this is a perfect way to transition out, right? Because to me, the whole thing of it being adorable is how young they are. Like, I understand what Trevon says every time he hears about Shazam. He's like, well, Billy is supposed to be 13 for forever, right? Like these kids are aging. You got to, hurry up. So every time I look at Stranger Things, I'm just like, Caleb has a better mustache than I do. Like, it's not cute anymore, right? Like, now it's just like, just watching adults, right? Do adult things. I want to see kids have to maneuver through adult situations, right? But Jayla, I'll pass it to you. What were your thoughts on the final trailer? I assume it has to be for Stranger Things season 4, part 1.
Wow. I have a lot of thoughts. I'm very excited. I do disagree as far as your take on. I never found it adorable per se. Maybe because when it came out, I wasn't even 20 when it came out, I don't think. So I never had that feeling. I feel like the progress of them aging along with the show has felt natural for me. They've always planned on it for being 4 or 5 seasons. So next season will be the last. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see where it's going. I have been in my deep dive of D&D recently, so there's a lot of things I'm picking up on now that they're kind of referencing that's really excited for me. All the characters look like they're getting their moments. I hope Steve doesn't die. If he does, I will also die. Dear God, please save him. I'm concerned. And there's a lot of questions I have. I see there's a bit where it looks like Steve is underwater and there's a giant eye looking at him. There's a moment in the trailer that it's a split second. It has timestamps on it that I'm curious about. But it looks amazing. The cinematography looks amazing. The color looks amazing. The entire feel of it looks fantastic. I am very curious to see how the aftermath of Billy dying works with this, because she's levitating above the grave. The monster at the end looks like Billy. And of course, Robert Englund is in this, and that immediately has my attention. I just can't wait. There's so many questions that the trailer brought, but it didn't show too much at the same time. So that's something I also love. And part 2 of season 4 comes out the day before my birthday. So it's a little gift for me.
There you go.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Stranger Things.
No, I'm with you. Nothing better happened to Dad Steve, and that's his legal name. That's the character's legal name.
I will literally. Yeah. You have no idea. I will riot. I remember when everyone was like, "If Daryl dies, we'll riot." This is me. If Steve dies, I'm gonna have some issues with everyone.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna take AJ's job, and I'm gonna throw a hot take out there.
Oh no!
If it comes down to it, and it's between Dad, Steve, and 11. You can go ahead and get 11's ass up out of here.
Get her out of here.
Dad, Steve.
Get her out of here.
Get her out of here.
Arguably
Dad,
the
Steve
main
forever.
character of the whole show.
Yeah, damn right. Make it Dad Steve show.
Oh,
he's had the most interesting character development from the first season too. Like where his character started and where he is now has been the most in depth, the most interesting.
Yep.
I love him. Please let him live.
And look, Dad Steve actually flipped the norm.
Yeah.
On Dad Steve. Like usually it's the geeky kid that tries to date the hot girl, but then the jock comes, gets the hot girl, and they live happily ever after, right? They flipped it. The jock was with the hot girl. The hot girl then leaves him for the geek. And then it's just like, well, what the hell? Now Steve's looked at like, ostracized from like all his popular groups. So it took a complete turn, and then he took like this father figure role.
And what I'll leave my point on, is specifically that typically in horror movies, he would have died. He would have straight up been killed in season 1. but they let him develop. They let him learn. They let him become a good guy. And I love that. I love that change they had. And I know he's my favorite character for a lot of reasons.
Look, like I said, his legal name is Dad Steve.
Forever Dad Steve.
It's Dad Steve. There's no last name. It's Dad Steve. That's his full legal name. But yeah, no, I hold true to what I said. If it comes down to Stephen L., get her out of here. Get her ass out of here. Let her go into the
approve of murder of children.
Well, she's not a child anymore. That's what I keep saying.
High school.
She's not a child anymore. What? Like what? 17, 18? Yeah, she can vote. Yeah, that's not a child. She can vote.
They're like freshmen in high school, maybe sophomores.
How old is she in real life, Jayla?
That does not matter. You know
that. It counts.
That's
it
different.
Counts.
You're
it
advocating
counts.
for child murder.
No way. No way. No way.
It doesn't count. No, of course it doesn't count.
No, all I'm saying is she's a lot older in real life, so I feel safe.
You do you. You live your best life.
Look, you're not willing to go all the way there for Dad Steve. I am. I'll sacrifice. I'll sacrifice
myself for Steve.
Yourself? No, I won't allow
it's fine.
that.
I'll get eaten by a Demogorgon. It's whatever, man. It's chill.
All right, Jayla, before you put yourself in there, at least think about your options. Like AJ exists. Give AJ up before you try to throw yourself in
I mean,
there.
like, it'd be interesting at least. I'd have like a cool death story.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're like in line and everyone's like, hey, how did you get here? Hit by a bus. It's like a demigorgon ate me. It's like, no way. It's like, yeah.
Exactly. You got to think
that would be
next
cool.
level here.
That is true. Okay, I give you that. Trevon, what were you? Shut up, AJ. Trevon, what were your thoughts on this new trailer?
Looks cool. I don't really like this show. So
oh, my heart.
I'm sorry.
I
tried the first season.
It's not for everyone.
It's just not. Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's definitely.
It looks beautiful. Everyone. I was watching the trailer as y'all were talking. I was like, oh, it looks beautiful. Great cinematography. They put some money into it. Good for them. I don't know. That's about all I got. And I saw levitation. That was interesting.
They fly.
I saw that.
That's how you get Trevon.
They fly. They do fly.
Levitate or fly.
Yep, that's how you get Trevon. Like Trevon is definitely that meme where Pennywise is like, "Hey, I got money down here for Trevon." He'd be like, "Hey, I can make you fly," and Trevon's like, "Well,
yeah, I might be."
Well,
yeah.
Trevon's like, "All right, let me get down here and see what he's talking about." Shekinah, what were your thoughts on this trailer for the new season of Stranger Things?
The trailer looks great. However, I have concerns.
Okay.
I'm in.
Like just about the show in general. Like we waited so long.
Mm-hmm.
So if the season doesn't match up to what we saw in the trailer, I'll be very, very, very sad. Like the show came out, I can't remember how old I was. Like, so I'm now 24. So if you end badly, then I will actually not be. I won't be fine. I won't be fine. So,
we're on the same page. Absolutely. You get it. I have high hopes, but if they crush it, I'll be devastated.
Look, I'm just saying this. I'm not comparing the two, but I do recall seeing that trailer for the last season of Game of Thrones and going,
stop. No, you do.
And then I saw it.
Put that. No,
I'm just saying.
Don't put that in the air. I
mean,
will quit GVN. I will quit it.
What have they been without the seasons? Have they
take it back?
Like,
please, that is awful to say.
Did they do fake scenes and stuff?
I'm going to be honest with you. No, they haven't done that. But clearly, at that point, the guys doing Game of Thrones just didn't give a fuck anymore. But I do feel strongly that Stranger Things hasn't been good since season 1. It has not progressively gotten better. It peaked at season 1. That's why I'm very excited about how this
peaked at season
100%. 100%.
You didn't like season 3?
No.
You didn't like season 3. What about Billy? Billy was a great character.
I like Billy. Yeah, I like Billy, but nothing else around it.
I watched just because of him. Almost.
Power Rangers,
very close.
Power Rangers, I know.
It doesn't count, Trevon. You were just trying to see if he morphed. That's all you wanted to see. Like, does he morph here?
To be fair,
is it morphing time there? No,
Wait, go on.
again, I fully respect Shekinah and Jayla for loving how you guys feel it got better. To me, it was just one of those things to where it's like, I think what drew me in for Stranger Things was the mystery of it, right? And I think the more they kind of gave us information, the more I was kind of like, well, these things I would have liked to have maybe kept not knowing. And then the villain kind of felt the same for like 3 straight seasons where the villain was legit the same exact thing.
But
no, go ahead. Call me out. Go ahead.
I mean, like, I guess I disagree because you're not wrong, but the thing is, like, that's the point almost in a way. They're fighting an entity that we barely understand, and it's a surreal kind of horror, and it's a body horror, and it's a lot of things that it pulls from a lot of things that I love, and that's why it attracts me to it. Mm-hmm. I don't think the mystery of it was ever supposed to be the driving force along the entire thing. I think it was supposed to be understanding and stopping what's going on upside down. Excuse me, my brain's all wacky today. But no, I don't think season 2 is better than season 1. If I remember correctly, I'll have to watch them all over again. But I do think season 3 was awesome, and I think it was a return to form. And I don't have any like issues. I never like had a bad time with any of them, if that makes sense. But no, I don't think they ever wanted to be like, all right, here's a completely new villain from this same space that we didn't know about until just now from the same area. I'd prefer them to kind of build off of what they already have and grow from there as it becomes an ever-growing threat that they can't really contain, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I think if that's the logic they were going for me, they didn't hit it. Like, it felt repetitive. Like, all right. Like, it kind of felt like if I were to see Dormammu from Doctor Strange 3 different times and it looked like that, and it's just like, it is just so unappealing. Like, there's just nothing cool about it. You know what I'm saying? Half the time it's her reaching out to some shit or talking to it, and it's like, where's the guy that just grabs one of them and throws them out of car? Like, give me more of that. The more physical manifestation.
They don't have super strength, so it's gonna be kind of hard to like just throw them around.
No, you know what I mean, though, right? The villain being able to do that to the kids. Like,
again,
I kind of feel like
for child murder.
I didn't say murder, but I mean rough them up. What the hell? The Power Rangers got their ass beat every day, and they were teenagers.
The Power Rangers.
Why can't they? Again, you said it doesn't matter on the outside. You said it only matters in the inside. And Trevon,
they don't.
What were the Power Rangers called? Teenagers with attitude. That's all I'm saying. So they got their ass whooped.
They also had godlike powers, and
I kind of feel bad if like
the 11
things just got like beaten up. They don't really have a way to defend themselves except for 11. I mean, Steve gets beaten from within an inch of his life every single season. So.
Every season. So like, if he can get it, why can't everybody else get it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You say equal opportunity.
Did you say he built different?
he built different.
I'm just saying.
Different.
I am tired of Steve getting hands, shoulders, knees, and toes on him every season. Somebody else should be able to.
He survives, doesn't he? It's because he can take it.
Because he can take it. He better get some superpowers, like use the Kamehameha or something.
It's looking like what's her face is going to get powers, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yep. So it's going to be very curious to see how she does that. But I'm intrigued. All right, let's see what we got here. Sith Morrison says, I'm with Trevon. I don't care for the show either, but I have watched every season, to be clear. Look, like I said, sometimes it becomes a consistency thing. I say it all the time. That was me with the CW. It wasn't like I was tethered to it, but I very much was just like, look, I put my time in. I ain't stopping now till it's over, right? And then they started making shows better. I'm like, oh, well, it was worth the wait to see this, and this. But look, I understand where you're coming from. Sometimes it's kind of like, look, I put my time in. No way I'm getting off here. We're just going to ride this thing out. Just don't get worse. But AJ, what are your thoughts on this trailer?
It's a cool trailer. Am I excited for it? Not really. Not anymore. To be honest, when you guys were talking, I was completely lost because I honestly don't remember anybody's name because it's been so long. It's been so long. So I'm like, yeah, okay.
A character's name is literally just a number, and you forgot that, AJ.
Look, all I know is 11. I have
No,
at least you know that.
That's the only
Who is
character I
Steve?
remember. The name of is 11. That's it. But
Oh no, my goodness!
am I gonna
Y'all did
watch it?
Steve
Probably.
Us
Probably.
Stranger Things fans are fighting for our lives today.
He means yes. AJ means yes. Whenever AJ says probably, that's a definitive yes. He will watch
Probably
it.
not. It depends what else is coming out that month.
Well, if you're talking about
There's a lot.
literally that weekend, Obi-Wan Kenobi comes out with 2 episodes.
Oh
the same
well,
day.
Stranger Things is out of luck.
AJ, you can just watch it on Saturday or Sunday.
Nah,
Kenobi isn't a full season.
I'll just rewatch Obi-Wan.
Look, I don't disagree with you. I think Friday and Saturday will be a heavy rewatch of Kenobi for me before I get into Stranger Things. I don't disagree. Jayla, you might have to wait until that following week for us to talk Stranger Things, if I'm being real with you. That Friday episode might just be a Kenobi show.
I swear to God, I'll do it by myself. You guys can't stop my excitement. You're not taking this from me. I've waited too long.
You know what? Let me say this in all honesty. I am walking into it with an empty mind because I want to be mentally available to actually like it if it's good, right? Like I don't want to go in like, oh, I didn't like 2 or 3, so I'm not gonna like this, right? So I want to be open to it. So I'm with you there. I want to be open to it for sure. 100%.
Just so you have your expectations set, I have a Scoops Ahoy costume that I will be wearing for the review. Like I had it for Halloween. I'm dedicated to this show.
Look, that's fine. I have a full Anakin Skywalker costume that I will be wearing for our
did you
Kenobi
say
episode.
Scoops Ahoy?
This is the in season 3. They Steve and
Like I said, I don't remember anything.
he worked at Scoops Ahoy, and I went to as a Scoops Ahoy employee for Halloween. Everyone thought I was a sailor, and it was so disappointing. I was so heartbroken. I was like, no,
that's
Stranger Things.
I should let you know.
I commend you. That's yeah. You like this show. You really love this show.
I do.
You know what?
And you know what?
Trey? Oh, go ahead,
I like
Jayla.
that. I like that.
Go ahead,
I like
Jayla.
that. I like that.
Juwaan, you can't talk because you don't like the 80s. That's why.
It has nothing to do with that. I said I love season 1.
And this
I love season 1, and then progressively was just like,
the 80s
it's not
are
bad.
getting to you.
Yeah, you do know how much I hate the 80s.
You hate the 80s, exactly.
I despise it.
What were you gonna say? Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, Trevon, your fandom's that question now because you didn't dress up as anybody from, Harry Potter world for that movie.
Yeah, you
don't got a wand. You don't have a wand.
I do have a wand.
Where's your wand?
My wand is over there. I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah, hell yeah! Why don't you go get it?
Hey, hold on.
Yeah, prove your fandom. Yeah, prove your fandom.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm so jealous of his Spider-Man chair. I see it every time we're on.
That is a
I'm
dope
always
ass
like,
Spider-Man
God,
chair.
I want that chair. I just have blue.
Don't you wish you could just reach through the screen and grab it? Just
That'd
grab
be
it from
great
him right now.
Kind of like
Right?
do it
Yeah.
like the ring. Just gonna like, excuse me.
Yeah, just
I'm gonna
reach
pop
right
one in
through.
here.
Just take the chair. Yeah, I'm gonna just take this. Just go
yoink
and get
it.
out of here.
Hey.
Okay.
Yes, I have a
All
wand.
right.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. Okay. All right.
Let's have
Just
it in
making
its
sure
case.
that fandom is there.
It's always in its case.
Oh, you got it
sitting
in a case?
over there. I have it sitting in this box.
goddamn.
This box. Yeah, have it sitting over there.
All right. Well, look, I was wrong. I'll admit when I was wrong. My bad. I won't question you again, Trevon. That won't happen
I
again.
have. Oh.
Oh, damn. He like, hold on. That ain't it. He like, don't question me. While Trevon looks for that, AJ, I did want to ask you because we started off with this. We started off with best opening scene in a movie. Just one. If you had to pick one, where would you go with? I mean, I only sent the topics yesterday, so you seeming caught off guard is hilarious.
Well, I never read the topics anyway.
I know, and it irks my soul every time you say.
All right, before I pick mine, what was everybody else's?
Okay, so mine was the Batman.
Mhm.
Trayvon's was Fantastic Beasts. Secrets. Is it Secrets of Dumbledore?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it was the opening for that. Jayla,
Okay.
What was yours?
Scream.
Scream.
baby.
And Shekinah, what was yours?
Wait, what screen?
War.
One.
Okay.
And Shekinah, what was yours?
Infinity War.
Infinity War. When Thanos beat the brakes off Bruce
Okay.
Banner. I'll never call him the Hulk.
I'm gonna choose Tenet, Christopher Nolan's Tenet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I give you that, AJ. Okay.
It was between Tenet or The Dark Knight.
I said The Dark Knight
The Dark
too.
Knight.
Yes, AJ. Yes, absolutely. That robbery scene was brilliant.
It was, definitely was. And then we got a Batman scene. It was just like, I'd take
Yeah,
more of that.
yeah.
I'd take more of that Joker stuff you gave us.
I was highly excited.
Would you say, Trevon?
I was really excited about the movie, right? So I bought this shirt, right? Really liked it.
Oh.
But it has the colors on the sleeves and stuff like that. But it was too hot to wear it yesterday. I was pissed.
So wait, would we be gang enemies? Because I'm Slytherin. So what house are you, Trevon?
Gryffindor.
Okay, so yeah, so we'd be in a gang war, right? Like I got to figure out what the Slytherin gang signs are, so I know what to throw up whenever I see you.
I don't know.
I did the test too.
I did the test.
I did the test too. Yeah, I did the test too, and it was crazy because the only I think Jayla was behind this quiz because the only question they asked me was, would you sacrifice children to save Dad Steve? And I said, hell yeah. And they were like, Slytherin. You're Slytherin. And I was just like, oh, all right. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I got Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff?
No.
Damn. Okay.
That's
all right.
Nothing wrong with that.
I said
But
damn out loud. I didn't mean to. I felt like Kevin Hart saying it to Don Cheadle. Like, it just came out. I didn't even mean to say damn like that. I meant to say,
God, okay. It was a spit take.
Yeah, I meant to say,
I don't know if they still do those boxes. You guys remember like those loot crates or whatever?
Yes.
When they used to do that stuff.
Yeah.
They had a Harry Potter one at one point. And I remember I had did it a few times and just got some cool little stuff like the Time Turner. Like cool little stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even the prophecy thing, like the prophecy that they found in I think it was Order of the Phoenix.
Order of the Phoenix, okay.
Yeah. And it's like the sort of hat little things, like little things like that. Like I got little things in here. I got a lot of little Harry Potter shit around.
I had the hiccups.
Yeah. See, Slytherin just sent me a real ass snake that I could use to just sick on the people. So that's all Slytherin sent me. That's pretty dope. Nah, I was like, hell yeah, I'll take that for sure. Yeah. Me personally, I asked for Dobby. I just wanted Dobby, and they said, no, you can't have him. He's a free man.
I have his pop.
He's a free Dobby now. You can't have him.
I thought this is really cool too.
Am I the only one that feels as though that was the most gut-wrenching? That was the most gut-wrenching death I had ever seen.
I still haven't seen Harry Potter, so.
Oh my God! What? Right like none of them?
I'm sorry. Look, hey, look. Listen.
Get out right now.
Let me explain myself, guys.
Wait, hold on. You haven't seen it, but you took the test.
Yeah.
How did you answer the questions?
It was, I don't know. I had a friend. Look, that's not the point. I watched.
Okay.
I remember watching like one of the movies when I was like 4, but my grandma wouldn't let me watch the other one, so I just never did.
I got you. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I watched them all.
You know.
I 100% know. I watched them all behind my mother's back. 100%.
Oh yeah, same.
All
same.
Of them. All of them. All of them.
I was goody two shoes, so I never watched it, but I need to go back and watch them soon before I actually get murdered by like every fandom ever.
Well, then yes, I'm sorry. I gave you a spoiler alert, but to
I
be
already
fair,
knew. It's okay.
By the time you get to when it actually happens, you'll have forgotten I said it.
I'll have to watch it and like live tweet my reactions to my first experience.
I enjoy that. I really enjoy that. Yes, please do that. Yeah.
Trevon's like, just do it for me. I don't care about nobody.
I will do it for Trevon. It's great.
Trevon's like, I want that. Sith Morrison says, I'll be honest, I've never dressed up for anything. I have tons of replicas and stuff, though. Yeah, Sith Morrison, you sound like AJ. I believe AJ's the same way. He'll never dress up as anything, but he has all kinds of replicas and stuff.
It's an addiction.
I can't do cosplay. I can't do none of that.
Why?
Just can't. It's not. I never dressed up for Halloween either. So
now, look, I will say this, AJ. The fact that we're all going to New York Comic Con together,
you have
right?
to cosplay.
I'll say this. Me and Joelle talked about us all going as the Bat family, right? So we started to fill out the roster, like who would be who. So we landed on Batmite for you. And I looked it up. We could get the suit. It's nothing crazy. It's something simple. You could be Batmite. Are you cool with that?
Oh my God.
Do you think I'm going to dress up as Batmite?
Why would you?
Look, if you give me a shirt, give me a shirt that's designed for Batmite, then I'll wear it.
All right, I'll take it back. Not Batmite. I got someone even better that's not outrageous. Just be Carrie Kelly. Be Carrie Kelly. You don't want to be Carrie Kelly?
I'm not cosplaying.
You're ridiculous,
Not
bro.
cosplaying.
I gave you two great characters, and you don't want to dress up as either one.
Man, look.
All right, fine. Selena Kyle. Will you be Selena Kyle?
Okay, then yeah.
All right,
I got
perfect.
you
All
on
right,
that.
perfect. And you know what, AJ? Just because I think you're being sarcastic, I'm gonna go and find the Halle Berry suit that Trevon loves. And
That's my favorite
unnecessary.
one.
That is unnecessary.
That's the suit you're gonna
You're
wear.
crossing lines now. I'm
That's the
not.
one he's
I'm
gonna
not
wear.
going to support that. Absolutely not.
You're
There
gonna
you
see
go.
AJ in the Halle Berry Catwoman suit.
I don't want to see
in New
anyone in
York
the Halle
Comic-Con.
Berry Catwoman suit because the Halle Berry Catwoman
Nobody
didn't happen.
does. I
There
agree
is
with you,
no
Jay.
Halle Berry
Absolutely
Catwoman.
did.
Nothing.
We're not doing that. We're not doing
It did
that.
not
agree with you.
happen.
Yes, it
It
did.
did
I
not.
agree.
I love Halle Berry. Everyone knows I love her, but she was never Catwoman, and she never did a Catwoman movie. It's not.
Keep trying to tell people, Jayla, and they keep forgetting this. Like, I think Trevon is what's poisoning people's minds. People keep forgetting, or I'm sorry, mixing up Gothica with Catwoman. See,
Gothica was good. All right.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Gothica happened, but Catwoman didn't. And I think people
I don't know
keep
where
getting
they're
that
getting
mixed up.
Catwoman out of.
I don't know
Gothica
where they are either. Yeah.
But everyone's
Sharon
watched
Stone
Gothica
was doing
again
something else.
for good
Yeah.
measure.
100%. And speaking of horror movies, I actually watched a horror movie for you, Jayla. The one that just premiered on HBO Max with Rebecca Hall.
Rebecca, which one was that one?
The one where her husband had died. And
Oh,
was
The
trying
Night
to process-
House.
Yes, I watched that for you.
Did you like it?
I did not. But we will talk about that. We will talk about that for sure. Because I honestly think I just maybe didn't understand things. So I think you would help me understand some things, and maybe I would like it a little
I'll
bit
walk
more.
you through it. It's a very
Yeah.
confusing one. Night House, the one
called
where
Night
her,
House.
her husband's dead and like a lot of spooky stuff happens, and there's a
Right.
whole other house and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. I will say how
I
they
can't even
played it
explain
out
without
was just
spoiling
like, yes, because literally any other words would spoil it. Literally any other words.
No, I would, yeah.
But
We'll have
no,
to
like
go over it.
I went on HBO Max and I was like, oh shoot, it's on. Let me watch it. Because I saw you talking about it. So I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And when I got to the end, I was just like,
What? What?
all right.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's going
yeah,
one way, and you think
Yeah.
it's going to do this thing because it's going this way, and it does another thing, and you're kind of
Yeah.
like, it reminded me of the Babadook, though. If you've seen the
Oh,
Babadook,
yes, I have seen the Babadook.
do you
And
get
that's
where I'm
actually
going
really
with
good.
that?
I sure do. And that actually makes me feel better now. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to create a DCEU or MCU
Ooh.
team solely based off of characters that already exist. And what I mean by that is characters that have been established in either the DCEU or MCU.
Whack.
They can't be characters that we know are coming, characters that we know have already you had to have already seen the project.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Alright.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right.
You wanna go
Trevon,
first?
come on. Time out, Trevon. Why are you stressing? I already know your team. It's Captain Marvel, it's Monica Rambeau, it's Miss Marvel, it's Wanda, and that's probably it. You might even stop there. You might
I
even
was
say
adding
still with the four.
I was adding America Chavez, but
I figured that. I figured that.
But see, only if she flies.
She
So,
does
We're
not
doing a
fly,
roster of
Trevon.
5.
Her power.
No.
she can
However
fly.
many you want. It does not have to be 5. However many.
From
You could
what I
be
know of
2.
her,
It could be
she can
1.
fly.
What do you mean? What you know of her? She doesn't fly. She just punches
Yes.
portals open.
She can fly.
Okay. All right. Well,
I've seen her in other stuff where she flies.
She flies, okay, Juwaan.
Look,
Don't take
she
it from
fly.
him.
Look, she flies as much as Jessica Jones does. So I'll give him that. Anyone that knows Jessica Jones knows she don't fly. So I'll give you that. But all right. So I'll go first. So my group is the Illuminati. The Illuminati, but done the proper way, because I don't believe they're going to do it the proper way in the MCU. So my Illuminati would have been Tony Stark's Iron Man, would have been obviously Charles Xavier, would have been Reed Richards, would have been T'Challa, AJ trying to tell me to just let Shuri do it. Shut your mouth.
Wait, who told you I said that?
You said that. When I was
When?
saying that a Black Panther should be in there, you're like, well, Shuri might be a Black Panther soon. You shut your mouth, AJ. Say things
Just
like
a
that.
guess.
No,
Jesus
but don't
There's so
even
much
guess.
hostility in the air.
All right. So I'm gonna start over. So Tony Stark, T'Challa, Reed Richards, Charles Xavier, and for my final one, I'm gonna go Submariner. I'm not gonna put anyone else in my Illuminati but Submariner. That's my 5 for my Illuminati team. Mwah, love it. All right, next up, Jayla. What are you going with? What's your team?
Strange. I'm going based on who's available to me right now in MCU.
Mhm.
Strange, Suri. I want Wanda.
Okay.
I want to throw in Peter because he can work with Suri for like brainy stuff.
Okay.
And Ant-Man.
What would your team name be called?
The do-gooders.
The do-gooders. I love that. I love that.
I just want you to know, Jayla, I don't know was an option. You could have just said, you know what, Juwaan? I don't know. I don't know what I would call them. The do-gooders. All right. So I'm looking forward to asking Kevin Feige about that. Next press thing we do. Like, hey, Kevin, when will we see the do-gooders? The do-gooders? Who are they? According to Jayla.
I'm sorry.
According to Jayla, they exist in canon. All right. Next up, AJ. What is your team?
I'm going with Hawkeye,
Okay.
Kate Bishop, not Clint,
Okay.
Yelena, and Spider-Man,
Okay.
and New Avengers for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wait. There's only 3 of them?
3. Yeah. I can't add any more right now because
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I'm like, you put a lot of faith in Spider-Man.
Yes, he should, because Spider-Man is OP.
From what we saw so far, I think he can handle.
He can handle himself.
A short team.
No. I'm only laughing because I could just picture like aliens pop up and Kate and Yelena are like, ooh.
That's all you, my guy. Yeah.
You got
Pack
this,
him in,
right?
guys.
Yeah,
Go
Peter's
break.
like, wait a minute, you guys are heroes. I just got bow and arrow and shockers.
You're not giving him nobody that can blast powers or fly, nothing. Nobody.
Not AJ street level. He wants to go street level.
Yeah, street level.
They're all dying.
I love street level teams. I love it.
They're all die. What? How do you think
What?
Spider-Man's gonna die? What?
They need a team. If they're fighting aliens and stuff, they're gonna die. Yeah,
Well, I just use that as an example, but I don't think if you're writing that story, you make those 3 come up against aliens.
Powers.
Yeah, I don't think you make those 3 come up against aliens.
Kids,
All right, Trevon, since you had so much judgment, what's your team?
You already told mine. Mine is definitely not getting beat.
guessed
Please.
His is the basic team.
Mine is
his team is the team that everybody.
I'm ready for your team. I think it's gonna be good. Do they all fly?
Powerful.
Everybody on his team, he believes flies.
I sent you the link.
Except for American Chavez.
Click the link. Click the link.
AJ,
I
keep
trust
trying
his
to
word,
explain
guys.
to
I'm
him.
sorry. I trust Trevon.
Look in the chat. She flies. Okay.
She doesn't fly.
Click
Okay. Okay.
Not in the MCU right now. She doesn't fly.
Well,
I will say, Trevon, one funny thing about your group is that it's after 2 of them. No. I don't have a problem with that. After 2 of them, there's just really no use for anybody else. Like you have Wanda and Captain Marvel. If
they all
can't
have
get
basically the same power set. There's no.
That's fine though. Time out. Don't say that. What does Yelena do drastically different than what Kate does?
Hey, it's different skill sets. They have different skill
sets.
No,
it's not. No,
they have different skill sets.
Different skill sets.
They literally train differently.
Yes, one's a murderer.
One has not been like programmed for years, and come on, they have completely different backgrounds.
If you think Wanda and Carol Danvers are the same, then I 100% will believe that Kate and Yelena are the same.
They are not.
Then I'm not gonna say.
It would be.
Then I'm not gonna say Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel are the same.
Who said that?
AJ.
Oh.
That's how we started this.
No,
I missed that bit.
AJ said they practically do the same thing.
I'm sorry.
Have
Continue.
the same power, but
Just go ahead.
Literally, they're saying their power set came from the stone. It's still the same.
Not the same stone.
It's still the same. It's still the stone.
No,
they don't have the same power set. AJ, I'm
like
sorry.
They had the same power. They basically had the same. Okay, no, you know what? Never mind.
When Carol,
one has chaos magic.
One
has cosmic energy.
Yes, you're right. You're correct, Trevon.
They both blast. Okay, but yeah, keep on going.
Blast.
All right. Okay. Look, Trevon, you're 100% right. Point goes to you, but I have to give AJ a point because America Chavez cannot fly. Anyway, Shekinah, I'm gonna go to you. What would your team be?
Did you click the link I sent?
I mean, no, because I'm trying to.
We're gonna scare her off, guys.
But Shekinah, you do not have to pick from the MCU if you have a DCEU team.
I know. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the Justice League. I'm not gonna make too many changes. I'm gonna keep it fairly the same. I will remove Cyborg. I love him to death, but he's a Teen Titan to me. So why don't you just go with your people? Yes, but I will add Green Lantern. We saw him in the Snyder Cut, so he technically exists. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll also add Martian Manhunter, and that would be my Justice League.
Yes, Martian Manhunter.
So you just want forever. 6.
Yeah, I won't go for Super 7. Let's just keep it. Let's keep it.
Yeah. You didn't want to put Jaime in there to replace Cyborg?
He's not. You said we can't do people that are coming.
Oh, so, that's right. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at Juwaan breaking the rules.
You're right.
Exactly.
No, I'm sorry. In my brain, that's how it should have always been. Is that Jaime was there, not Cyborg. So in my brain, I went right there. But you're right. You're 100% correct. I love your Justice League because there's no Cyborg in it. So
also,
I'm a happy camper.
Also, Juwaan, don't click the link. It's a video of Marvel Rising. It's not the MCU.
It don't have to be MCU. You said the character. I can pick a character.
AJ, I know America Chavez does not fly. I did not need to see his link to be persuaded otherwise. America Chavez don't fly. What was I gonna say? Okay, you know what, Trevon? I'm sorry. You know what? You're absolutely right. I apologize. Let me take that back because I don't want to do that. No. Seriously, this isn't me trying to be funny. You're absolutely right. Because you just saw America Chavez fly, that does mean canonically, right? For the character, she flies. Let me be more specific.
All I know of her is from that show. So.
Let me be more specific. I apologize.
That's where I pull from.
You won't see America Chavez fly for a fucking second in Doctor Strange 2.
That's what I meant to say.
Why not though?
But what if she does?
She don't fly. Her power.
What's wrong with her flying though? Why you hate it? Why you
because
don't want it?
Flying is an ability. Her only ability is to open portals, Trevon. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's an ability. She doesn't have that ability. That's it. That's the only reason why.
Could she hypothetically do like the game in Portal where she has a portal above her and one below her, and then she just gets really fast and flies off with speed?
Yes, in the pocket dimension you and Trevon are choosing to live in right now, she can fly. She could do that 100%. All right, let's move on. Sorry. Let's get into no. I love that. Wait, let me read what the fans are saying real quick before we get into our next topic. Sith Morrison says HP is my favorite film franchise ever. Jayla better get cracking on watching them. Harry Potter, Sith Morrison's referring to. Look, no one in this group feels pressure more than Jamie. I will be posting about Star Wars: The Clone Wars every single day till she watches it. And Shekinah, you think I forgot about you because you've been gone all this time. You were supposed to be watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars too.
Yeah.
What episode are you on?
I'm like season 1, episode 1. Don't even ask me questions. I haven't moved from when I started watching it. I'll get there. When you said 2024 as a joke, it might actually be 2024. Like, for real. I'll get there when I get there.
See, you get it. You get it.
I know Jamie's gonna watch this and go, well, Shekinah's not even where it doesn't matter. You both should have been done with the series. I'm sorry.
Juwaan is a bully.
Yes, I am. Because they're gonna watch Kenobi. They're gonna watch Kenobi and not appreciate all the beautifulness that will come out of it.
Because I'll appreciate it.
Huh?
I'm sure I'll appreciate it.
I'm sorry. Did I forget? Are you telling me you haven't finished Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
We went through this last night.
Yeah, she did.
We had this whole talk last night.
It's gonna be real sad. It's gonna be real sad when that Kenobi series comes out and it's just me, AJ.
And I'm watching Stranger Things.
Yes, and you're watching us talk about Kenobi. Watch the show. Why won't you guys watch good things? Just watch it. Goodness gracious.
I refuse to talk on this subject anymore.
Terry Nick says I'd match Harley Quinn and Black Canary.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah. Oh, shout out.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, shout out. That's actually a great combination. We get a lot of those two in the Injustice storyline.
I'm so proud of her.
To work together. No, that's a really good combination between those two. Add Oliver Queen in. The three of them had that's where we got the name the Quiver.
Actually, I love that. I love that trio.
Yeah, that's where we got the name the Quiver. For Oliver Queen's hideout, Harley Quinn named it because she loves her some Ollie and Canary. So yeah, I actually love that team up. We need more of that. Not Birds of Prey, but just specifically those two. No more Birds of Prey. Don't do that again. You don't know how to don't.
It was fun to see the characters.
I had a fun time with it.
I did too.
I entered that movie going, Ewan McGregor as Black Mask, brilliant. And then I see the end of that movie, and then I remember going, well, no thank you.
You know what you always tell me, Juwaan?
No thank you.
Manage your expectations.
I didn't know to manage my expectations. I'm just like, you got everybody here wrong. Black Canary has no jacket. I'm looking at Renee Montoya as part of the team. What is that? I'm looking at you completely disrespect Cassandra Cain. Like, there were just so many things.
Oh, wait. There was Cassandra Cain in that movie?
I get the joke, AJ. I get the joke. Yes. Casting-wise, it was supposed to be. But they turned her into a pickpocketer.
The villain should have been the Joker himself instead of Black Mask. And like,
I don't disagree.
How they did the Harley Quinn show with her like going through the breakup and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Everybody hated that Joker though. That's why they
exactly. They would have loved to see him murdered. And what they could have done, they could have done,
villains.
They could. Sorry, I didn't like Leto. They could have just actually shown the Birds of Prey because I enjoyed it. I had a fun time for what it was, but I never thought it was like a Birds of Prey movie because it never felt like a Birds of Prey movie.
Because it wasn't. It was a Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah. Loosely.
Loosely. Not even loosely. The movie is called The Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
I meant as far as like
Birds of Prey.
As far as like character wise, it didn't you know what I mean? But I still had a fun time. I had a fun time watching it with my mom. She loved it. So can't complain.
Yeah, I'm like, jails exist for a reason. So if you're killing off all your villains, why not just close jails? Like, I don't understand.
Specifically Jayla.
Like,
specifically,
no, in the DCEU, I don't think a villain outside of Lex Luthor is still alive. I think they killed almost every single villain from those major DCEU movies. Zod, dead. Doomsday, dead. Ares, dead. Like,
they're suffering from the Raimi Spider-Man syndrome.
They're suffering from the MCU syndrome. The MCU don't hold on to villains like that. The villains be dying.
Except for
more
Loki.
Alive.
Loki is the problem with
alive.
the
Vulture,
MCU.
Vulture. Well, does Vulture really count now, though?
He does.
No, because he belongs to Sony again. So
we don't know how they're doing that. I don't even know. But he's alive. I'm pretty sure Mysterio is still alive. I think his death was a fake. If you ask me.
He's super dead. Yeah, that was super dead.
I think he's still alive. Mark my words. I said it today, April 15th, 2022. Mysterio is still alive.
Okay.
I'm calling it.
I can't argue it. I can't argue it. I think he's super dead. But again, I'm the same person that jumped up in the theater and screamed when Loki died, only to see him come right back in the next movie. So,
who edited the reveal when he called out it was Peter Parker? How did he get that uploaded if he was dead?
Well, I think that might have been something he did quickly while Peter was fighting when he was fighting the bots, when he was tapping into the Spidey sense. He might have made it then, or his team. They're really good at that. They could have done it.
Or it could have been timed. It could have been timed for it to download onto.
Or
who was it? JJ's computer.
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah. Look, Jayla, I can't argue that. It
just feels fishy to me. I don't know. It feels fishy to me. I don't know.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. He's a master illusionist, so you're always supposed to question it. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I also do believe Jake Gyllenhaal said, "No. I signed on for one. You get."
Did one and done. I need to look it up.
One and done.
One. You get uno. All right. Let's move on. AJ, if you could bring it up for us again, what we got on DC from the head of Warner Brothers Discovery, the article.
Oh, okay.
For us
Give me 1 second.
All right. So while AJ brings that up, I'm going to pose this question to everybody because I think I know everyone's answers. Shekinah, I'll start with you. Are you a fan of the Ninja Turtles?
Oh. Yeah, I have a onesie thing. I've been a fan.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought I knew the answer. Trevon, you a fan of the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Okay. Jayla?
Absolutely. Of course I am.
All right.
Who
AJ?
is it?
Yeah.
I am not. No, I'm joking. I am a fan of the Ninja Turtles,
But
but
you don't
only
like
the cartoons. Only
You
the
don't-
cartoons.
But what about the
Live action doesn't exist to me.
But
You
Live
thought they
action
were
doesn't exist
scary.
to me. Doesn't
they're
exist to
so
me.
good.
I don't like it at all.
They're so
Doesn't exist to me.
good. They're so much fun.
Don't like
They're
it.
fun. Yeah, they're
They're
fun.
so much
Don't
fun.
like it.
That's how
Nope.
I
Hate everything about it.
they're so much
Everything.
fun though. I grew up with them, except for 3. I didn't like 3, but the first 2, mwah.
The Clone Wars is an important moment. Sith Morrison, I'm trying to explain that to them. They don't understand. They want to hear me.
Tell you what, I will
Oh,
watch
hear
Clone
me.
Wars all in one night if you watch Karate Kid.
Oh, no, I don't need you to watch Clone Wars.
Oh, okay.
You're
All
not gonna
right.
watch
Yeah,
Clone
that's
Wars
what I
all in
thought.
one night.
But I wouldn't even equate the two. What?
I'm
Clone
not
Wars is
equating the two.
very,
I'm just saying
it's
if
very
you,
important to American culture.
you think Karate Kid isn't?
No, it's not.
It
It's
is.
not. It is.
It's not.
It is.
It absolutely is.
It is not. And here's how I know it's not. Because in 20 to 30 years from now, people will be talking about Cobra Kai, not specifically the Karate Kid movies.
That is true.
That's why.
We know where Cobra
to
Kai
them-
came from.
No, but there will be a generation that does not know where Cobra Kai came from.
I know.
And
It's
I
just
guess
how-
you'll be teaching the masses. Technically speaking, Zod came back in BVS as Doomsday. I wouldn't say really necessarily came back. They just used his I
Gene.
guess his genomes or whatever to splice him into Doomsday.
His blood.
Right,
Use
but he
his
didn't
blood.
he didn't come back to life and then turn into Doomsday.
It was a mix between him and
in the mother box,
Luther.
right?
Luther and the mother box.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's weird, but I won't argue that. If that's how you view it, no problem. But to me, that wasn't exactly the same thing. All right, so Trevon, I'm gonna start with you because when I tell y'all Trevon had his Nikes on, he had his sweats on, he had his boxing gloves on, he was ready when this news came out. So Trevon, I'm gonna pass it to you. What are your thoughts on some of the words said by the new head of Warner Brothers Discovery? That's gonna take a lot to get used to saying.
Warner Brothers Discovery.
Warner Brothers Discovery. Like, what are you discovering? How to make better movies? Anyway, Trevon, mic is passed to you. What are your thoughts on some of the things that were said?
So I have not read this like verbatim or anything like that. I just know
That's fine.
what I've been seeing, what's going on. So I'm very excited about all the people getting chopped. I'm like, yes, chop them all. I wait for a few more names. We need the rest of them. All of them gone. So yeah, I'm just really excited about this. But I do not want them to derail all the things that are going on currently. Like the Batman was great. Definitely keep going on with that. I want to see this Batgirl. I mean, we could speed up Static Shock a little bit. I mean, we could get that moving. I'm just saying. Blue Beetle, sure. That's cool. Whatever. That's coming. I have it for him. Look, if I had a choice, it'd be Static Shock for that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think those things should keep going. I don't know. I just want to see what they're gonna do with it. Like, what are your plans? I mean, like today, who was it? That was the most weirdest thing. They're doing Wonder Twins.
Yes.
I was like, what? Doing what? That was so random to me. I was like, okay, cool. And then I didn't even realize they were doing a Constantine reboot. I just thought they were doing Justice League Dark. I did not know they were doing another series for Constantine.
Well,
that's awesome too.
I did want to say, because I was very confused on why other people were confused. When it was announced J.J. Abrams was doing a Justice League Dark, I don't know why everyone assumed it would be the same actor that played Constantine on the shows.
I would want that. I just thought it was just doing a whole brand new movie, like all new characters in a movie, not a show.
It's going to be something completely different. And it's like, they'll never do that. If they were gonna do that, we'd have Grant Gustin as Flash right now. If they were ever gonna do that. They have no interest in doing that. They keep telling us every chance they get, we're not ever going to do that. Like, we're not going to take the Green Arrow from this and put him there. It's just never going to happen.
I guess because for him in particular, he had his show.
Mm-hmm.
Show got canceled. Mm-hmm. Then they brought him on to Arrow. Then he went to Legends, and he did the animated stuff for him. Like, he did all the, all of it. And I was like, that was interesting for them to keep pulling him and letting him do the character in different places.
But
like that.
What's the difference though, Trevon?
It was all TV. Yes, I know.
That's
TV.
all I'm saying. Because if you put him in the movie, the first thing fans that don't know what's going on are going to say is, well, does that mean Oliver Queen's Green Arrow could pop up? Flash's Grant Gustin's Flash? It confuses more than it creates more problems than it solves. So I always imagined J.J. Abrams would go with completely different actors. I mean, hell, AJ, we're getting Sandman. And the Constantine for that is a woman. So it's like they're changing.
No, it's Lucifer. That's a woman. Constantine
Lucifer. Sorry, Lucifer. I'm thinking Lucifer.
But it's
that's
still
what I was
different.
thinking.
Yeah,
but I'm alluding to they wanted to go different routes for the characters. Thank you, AJ. You're absolutely right. Look, I looked at this. I think of it two ways, and Shekinah, I'm going to pass it to you. I look at it two ways. You either completely overhaul everything, every single thing that exists or will exist, right?
Which it does say.
Right. Which it does say is something that they're thinking about. And what I mean by that, because I know a lot of people are going to go, what? Like, you don't want to see Batgirl? And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, right now, we're living in a DCEU with no Superman. Right now, we are living in a DCEU with no Batman, no Green Lantern, no Martian Manhunter. Right now, we have a Flash, an Aquaman, a Wonder Woman. That is not how you do.
We don't have a Flash anymore. I think that's.
Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. We have a Flash, a Wonder Woman, and an Aquaman. And that's not how you do this. Your mainstay should be Wonder Woman. Like, the three characters you should never have to question is Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. Everything else is interchangeable, very interchangeable. But those three things are pillars. You should never be in a space where your universe doesn't have those three, right? Like, that's where your first mistake is. So for me, I would bring Robert Pattinson's Batman over, right? I would make a decision. I would sit Gal Gadot down. I would sit Jason Momoa down and ask them, do you want to be a part of the new regime, right? Like, if you're Gal Gadot, knowing that after Wonder Woman 3, I am not bringing back Patty Jenkins to do anymore, are you okay with whoever the next director is? Are you okay with the direction we're going in? And if not, recast. Recast from top to bottom, right? And you start with Robert Pattinson's Batman, critically acclaimed, did amazing in the box office. That's part one. What
do you see? I don't see his world fitting a Superman.
Again,
Wonder Woman.
Trevon, I keep trying to tell you.
It's like the Dark Knight had a Dark Knight.
No, I keep trying to tell you. Every time someone says that, Gotham is not the entire DCEU, which means they don't come to Gotham to fight crime, right? They don't ever come to Gotham to fight crime. So his world doesn't have to fit with them. He has to fit in their world. And that's always the easy part. Batman's adaptable. You can adapt him anywhere, but you can't put Superman in an all dark movie. We've seen that. You can't put Wonder Woman in an all dark movie. We've seen that. Aquaman, we've seen that. How much better did those movies look when you added color, right? You added contrast. So much better.
I had no problem the way Zach's movies looks, but I mean, that's you.
You just said you can't picture his world in theirs. You literally have Metropolis and Gotham separated by a bridge.
It started with Man of Steel, though. It made sense. It started with Man of Steel. It started with somebody, alien Superman.
So let me ask you this. Visually, what was the difference between Metropolis and Gotham?
I mean, that's not the point. I'm talking about the world, the people in it. You started with a Man of Steel. You start with this grounded, super grounded Batman. Oh, now you're gonna put a Superman in that world.
That's how you're supposed to start.
Hold on. What the thing with Batman is, he's always started grounded, and then he worked his way up. Just look at the comics. If we want to just go straight through the comics right now, at first He was super grounded. That's it. Then he got introduced to Clayman, introduced to magic, introduced to aliens. It's a step-by-step type of thing with Batman. So Robert Pattinson's Batman can work if they do it correctly. It's not like it can't work at all.
But to me, you're supposed to start the world grounded. I think we keep forgetting we started the MCU with Iron Man, and then we built to gods and monsters. We didn't start with gods and monsters and then go down. We started grounded and built up, so it's way more believable, right? But to me, starting with Superman and then going right into Batman, it's like, okay, that's down. And then making your other characters Flash, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, you're going way back up. You start with Batman and then you go up because there is no coming back down for the rest of that Justice League team. So that's my issue. And again, all characters are adaptable, but you can't have a visual world where Gotham and Metropolis look the same. Because then the question becomes, well, then what's the difference between the two? It's separated by a bridge. That should never happen. You're in Gotham. Every comic book you read of Gotham, you get maybe 1 or 2 pages where there's sunlight. It's all at night. You read a Superman comic, you maybe get 1 or 2 pages where it's at night because it's always supposed to be bright. He's a symbol of hope. You can't have it dark and brooding if you're a symbol of hope.
I get
think-
it. Whatever.
I think that a lot of the traps that DC falls into is when people think of DC as a mainstream, they expect a like dark and gritty kind of vibe to it when DC is just as campy as Marvel can be.
100%.
And Marvel can just be just as dark as DC has shown to be.
100%.
It's not like two strict opposites as people always try to push. And I would prefer it if we get Batman has his own distinct feel, Superman has his own distinct feel, Wonder Woman has her own distinct feel, and they weave them together. Yes. One of the best things that we've gotten is an amazing example of this is the Defenders show. It's color coded. Everyone is like, it's literally down to the color coded as so showing these, distinct characters and their personalities interact and grow together, but still be their own thing with their own feel. Just weaving it together. So that's what I hope for, and I hope that we get to see Batman still be Batman, but in a world that's different than where his home is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, look, I will always say this. To me, if I ever had any say in Warner Brothers Discovery, I want the entire old regime out. I want nothing of the old
regime. Get that shit out of here.
You want to start completely new so that no one can attach the feel to what they've seen before, right? Yeah, so when you go, look, we're starting new, people can't go, well, I didn't like Suicide Squad. I didn't like BVS. This isn't any of that. That was
nobody touched the Batman, though. You keep that.
No. That's what I'm saying, because that wasn't part of the old regime.
Right.
So to me, that could be right. That could be what you start with.
The Iron Man of the DCEU, exactly, per se. All right. No, we're on the same page. Okay.
And then just start from there, and then use that as your building blocks. But to me, get the old regime out. That way, all the bad taste in people's mouths, they can't attach to it anymore, right? Like they can't say anything about anything. This is new. Now, if you don't like the new, no problem. But you can't say, oh my God, this is just like when they did this or that. No, it's new, right? Like when we get the X-Men and Fantastic Four in the MCU, we're not gonna compare it to Fox.
Hype.
This is a whole new regime. Right, exactly. This is a whole new regime. You're getting everything new. So to me, I personally, and again, the movies like Static Shock, Batgirl,
Static
Blue Beetle,
Shock.
stuff
Can
like
we get
that.
It yet? That's why I'm really.
All you have to do with that is just retcon, right? You do Flashpoint, and
Flash
you say
is their built-in retcon button. It has been in the comics. Flash,
right.
Flash himself has been their retcon button for ages. Just
right. In the perfect way, because I know a lot of people are gonna go, well, if Robert Pattinson's only like Robert Pattinson's Batman is only like 31 or 32. No, I'm sorry, that's how old he actually is. If he's only supposed to be
he's like
in his
early
late 20s, right? How are you gonna explain Batgirl? And my perfect example for that would be she's Hispanic, right? So you can go the mixed race route. So you can go, her dad is that Commissioner Gordon from Robert Pattinson's world, and what you can say is his Batman became a symbol of hope, and she wanted to help out, and she thought the best way to help out was to become what Batman is, right? And instead of it being him teaching her from a standpoint of age, because I'm older, you're younger, it's more of just a partnership, right? It's just a partnership, and then you can bring on a younger Dick Grayson that they're both training and kind of growing with. So I'm like, there's ways around what you already have that you can kind of fix it a little bit and make it work. But to me, like I said, I just want to get DC out of the bad taste in people's mouths, right?
Yeah,
where
I
we can
agree.
look at it from a new set of eyes rather than what we got from the old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And Marvel has a bit of a advantage with Feige because he's been a producer and working on comic book movies since the first X-Men.
Right.
Like he was an assistant producer on that. So he's had so much experience that, and he's obviously learned from many things, and there's things that he still has to learn from, but he has some foundation more so than DC has in some spots. So I do hope they find someone that can kind of like, all right, this is the overarching picture, and this is how we can work together to get there, but also still producing things that are distinct to the character, that don't feel all, trying to build to one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if you're Warner Brothers, you need two people. You
I
need what
agree.
Star
I
Wars. You need
agree.
what Star Wars has going on right now. As I pass it to you, Shekinah, like Star Wars has, obviously, it looks like, we don't know this officially, but it looks like Filoni is running a lot of what's going on over there. And then you have Kathleen Kennedy that handles the numbers, right? So to me, I look at Star Wars and I go, Kathleen Kennedy has never failed Star Wars financially. Now, where her problem comes in is she is not the person you want to build a universe, a la the last 3 Star Wars movies we got, right? But guess what those Star Wars movies did? Made money. Why? Because that woman knows her numbers. So to me, if you're Warner Brothers Discovery, get someone who knows the numbers, but won't interfere with the person who knows the logistics of how to plan out that world, right? So you're working together. Yeah. Right. So you're never telling them like, oh, no, I'm sorry, you can't put a Batmobile in this Batman movie because I don't think it'll make sense to people, and financially it wouldn't work. Like, wait, what? No, you should go sit down, like figure out how you're gonna market my Batmobile, right? Like, figure out how you're gonna market my Batmobile.
But someone that cares be at the helm of writing the story, because they have to care for it to work.
It's a simple fix though. But Shekinah, I want to pass it to you. What are your thoughts on how Warner Brothers Discovery wants to kind of attack this? And I want to ask you this, Shekinah. How excited were you when he said, I got and I'm paraphrasing here, but I got a major problem with how you guys treated Superman. We need to bring Superman back where he belongs. You know what I'm saying? And making him the face. So what are some of your thoughts on what was said after this merger closed?
Yeah, we've talked about this before. Like the last few months, we've been talking about it constantly. But what I will say is that before the Batman came out, I was fully over DC stuff. I was like, you know what, whatever. Like, I'm not really interested in what's going on anymore. Because there was so much drama, and then all the stuff with like Henry Cavill not being Superman anymore. We were just uncertain of that whole thing. So then when the Batman came out, I was like, you know what, I'm excited about this stuff. So anything that's Patterson related, like that side, the HBO Max side, the whatever series comes out after that, that's all in that same like sphere. I'm cool with that, but the rest of it can go. I really, 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 really don't care about the rest of it. However, I will agree that characters like Superman, like he said, need love because they did Henry so dirty. So it's difficult. How do we like reshuffle and reboot everything and also keep people like Henry Cavill who we grew to love? Like, how do you balance both? It's tough because in an ideal world I keep that, but I'm also not interested in that side. I think that side is messed up and there's no control and it's crazy and messy, but I also really like the new stuff. So it's like, how do we find a middle ground? I don't know. It's a mess, but...
Look, like I said, I'm never tied to a specific actor, right? I'm tied to the character. So for me, if we had the mindset of, because we all love Ben Affleck, right? Everyone loved Ben Affleck. He was amazing as Bruce Wayne and Batman. If we never let him go, we would have never seen how great Robert Pattinson could be, right? So to me, as much as I would love to see Henry Cavill don that cape again, if they decided to completely reshuffle the deck, I'm excited to see who that next guy is, right? You know, because like I said, seeing Robert Pattinson, because I remember I was sitting there and I'm like, well, if Ben's out, go get John Hamm. Like, he's sitting right there. Go get John Hamm, make him your Bruce Wayne. He's perfect, right? He doesn't have anything going on personally. He'd be Batman till the day he couldn't walk. It'd be great, right? They wanted to go way younger. And it's like, well, wait a minute, hold on. He was 50. How are you going 20s? Like, what? How is this even going to work? But when you watch the movie, and obviously we found out through time that it's on a different earth. But when you watch the movie, if you liked it, I won't put words in everyone's mouth. If you liked it, you're like, well, goddamn, I'm glad we gave Robert Pattinson a chance. He nailed it. He was great. So to me, I'm always of the mindset of, if you want to reshuffle the deck, but you can't hold back. You got to go top to bottom. Everything's got to go. You can't hold on to anything of old. But I get how you look at Gal Gadot, you look at Jason Momoa, and you're like, you're making money. How do I say no to that? The best way to say no to that is to realize the characters are what was making the money, right? You want to see Wonder Woman. You want to see Aquaman. It helps that you got two of the most beautiful people to be the characters. But as we just saw with Batman, in the course of 10 years, we've seen 3 faces. We're about to see 4. And people support that movie regardless. Why? Because they love the Batman. So as long as you understand that, Warner Brothers Discovery, you'll be fine if you want to reshuffle the deck. They love the characters. The actors help, but they love the characters. That's all I'm saying. AJ, did you want to add anything else?
No. You guys talked about basically everything on there.
All right. I appreciate that. Jayla, did you want to add anything else? Trayvon?
No, I already word vomited everything at once.
No more DC. No more DC talk from me. Okay. I won't talk about DC ever again.
Look, Trayvon, I know you appreciate the world of old when it comes to the DCEU. But I think, like I said, I think what could be the best thing for them is just to get out of the shadow of it. You know what I'm saying? It's so much attached to it. And I think the best example I would give, and we're not going to go into deep detail here because, it's slightly different, but the whole Johnny Depp thing, right? Picture if he had stayed in that movie and then this movie came out. We would have been distracted from how as you and Shekinah said, how good this movie is, because you would have had the people that want to put the conversation to Depp's personal life, right? So the best thing to do was for him to go, was for you to wipe the slate clean as clean as possible. Because I know what you're thinking, Trayvon, about the whole Ezra thing, but that was literally, the movie's out now. Like, I can't change that.
I'm saying, I mean, Aquaman's coming too. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying
it 100% is. But that's my point. I would just start everything completely over. It's new. There is no drama of anything, of anyone. We could just start fresh, right? Just start fresh. Think about Star Wars. They gave us those 3 movies that were very mixed amongst the fan base, and then they dropped The Mandalorian, and everyone forgot what they hated about those 3 movies.
Now, fine with that, but let's finish this 5-movie thing that we're doing with Fantastic Beasts. I need that to finish.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And look,
and do a Harry Potter show. Do that.
Let me ask you this. When they took Johnny Depp out and put in Mads Mikkelsen, did that ruin the movie at all for you?
No.
For me, it did.
It ruined the movie for you?
Not ruined it. I love the film, but I feel like
you thought about it. You can't. You can't.
No. I feel like it wasn't the same character when he replaced him. Like, I know it's obviously a different person, but like the way his hair was styled, the body language, the way he spoke, it wasn't the same. It didn't ruin the film. Let me not stretch it that far. It didn't ruin the film, but it definitely made me think a little bit like, I'm not really sure, but yeah.
And I would say, if I'm Warner Brothers Discovery, if that's how you felt about me changing Johnny into Mads Mikkelsen, I 100% pull the trigger on recasting Ezra. Why? Because what was the underlying thing that you said there? It didn't change that you enjoyed the movie. It just changed how you enjoyed that specific character. So if you still enjoyed it, to me, it's worth that risk. If you can still enjoy what you're watching, but I swapped the character out and the character just doesn't feel the same for you,
I'm sure it helps. Maybe Mads is a fantastic actor. I haven't seen the movie, but
in my mind, I love Mads Mikkelsen.
I like Hannibal. The movie.
Shout out to Hannibal Rep.
Oh shoot! I wanted to say, I want to give credit for AJ. He had a movie marathon today. Shout out to AJ.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, you saw Fantastic Beast. You saw Sonic 2.
Sonic 2 and everything. Yeah.
I'm watching everything tomorrow. I'm jealous. Can I go to it today?
So good.
I still got to see Sonic.
Sonic had no business being that good, though, right?
Oh,
right.
I can't. If I talk about Sonic,
Wait, Shekinah, have you seen Sonic 2 yet?
I haven't even seen Sonic 1, so let me go back. Let me go back and watch it.
Honestly, I wasn't the biggest fan of 1. I had fun, but 2 was a huge step up.
I love the first one.
Let me ask you this.
Second one had no business being that good.
How big of a Sonic fan are you? Like, if we talk about something, do you know the Sonic world enough to where that would spoil something for you?
I played the games, so I think what threw me off was, the first time they released the trailer, Sonic was ugly, remember? And then I think when I first saw that thing, I was like, I'm not gonna watch it. It was ugly. That was what stopped me. But since everyone's saying, this is good, then I'm gonna put my big girl panties and watch it.
They all
they
bullied
fixed
them changing it.
Yeah, they fixed them.
Fixed them before the.
They fixed them, so he doesn't look the same. He doesn't look like that. They fixed him.
Yeah, they fixed him.
I won't spoil anything. I will say, this is so.
Yeah, if I talk about it, I'm gonna spoil everything.
This is so embarrassing. But I will be honest with you guys. By the end of 2, I went with my friend Nikki. Shout out to Nikki. I love her so much. Me and her were crying during the final act because we just got so emotional from nostalgia reasons that we were just tearing up.
Look, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, but I made Joelle tell me the end credit scene, and I cried. I cried. I said, "Oh,
look!" Again, no spoilers. But when I tell you, we were at a 12, but the showing was noon. It was later noon. It was noon. We were surrounded by kids, and me and Nikki were shrieking, and there's just children staring at us, having no idea what's going on.
That's why
I'm pretty sure a dad behind us was laughing at us, but we were just having a moment in the movie.
Yes,
it's so good.
Look, the moment he told me, he's like, "Don't you want to just see it?" I said, "Bro, I knew 3 Spider-Man were going to be in that movie well before that movie came out, and I still enjoyed it when I saw it. That doesn't stop anything.
It's a moment. It's a moment."
So he told me, and I was just like, "No." And then I cried out of Trevon. Because Trevon's like, "Oh, this happens," and I'm like, "Well, he better have had something for that to happen." And he's like, "Just wait till you see it." And I'm like, I'm already losing my mind.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Throw my popcorn all over that theater out of excitement. I know I'm gonna do that. I know
Elba did a good job. He was fantastic as Knuckles.
That really was.
You know what's funny, Jayla? After Joelle told me that end credit scene, I'm only going to that movie to see the scene Trevon told me about in that end credit scene. I have no interest in anything else
after
but those specific 2 scenes.
After this, you have to tell me what scene that Trevon told you about, because I'm curious. I think I know.
Yes. Okay, I got you. I definitely got you. All right, let's see what the fans are saying here.
Go see Sonic 2.
1 or 2 more before we wrap up. Shekinah, Jamie said hi.
Hey, Jamie.
Sith Morrison says, after Zach left, my interest in the DCEU plummeted. The Batman was a masterpiece, and I'm looking forward to that universe expanding. I will always say this. I will always say, I sometimes think you guys that love the Snyderverse don't fully know what he had planned for that universe. It was fucking awful.
Was it as bad as the email leaks for Amazing Spider-Man 3?
It was worse. And here's why it was worse. And I'm gonna just tell you these. It's
worse for people that love
How
the
is
Batman.
it worse if
People
you
that
read
love the
those?
Batman.
I'm gonna tell you what was worse. What was worse was Batman sacrifices himself, right? He dies, right?
All right.
Batman, while Superman was quote unquote dead, slept with Lois Lane.
No.
Lois Lane had Bruce Wayne's kid. Clark and Lois. Hold on, it gets worse. Clark
That
and
sounds
Lois
completely plausible.
raised the kid to become the new Batman. So Gotham has no Batman, so that kid becomes old enough to become the new Batman. Again, now, to be fair, time out. To be fair to Zach, this was the plan before he got to finish his Justice League. That was the full layout he had.
Okay.
For what he wanted to do, because he said he never wanted Batman to last more than a few movies. Batman was always gonna die for him.
This was
right?
Entire Batman.
You know what that makes me think of?
Wait, say it again, Joe.
Anyway.
It makes me think of in the comics, that people don't talk about before Gwen Stacy got she slept with Norman and had his kids. And
well, she didn't sleep. Let's clear this out. She didn't sleep with them.
I'm sorry. She had his kids.
Yeah.
She had his kids. Excuse me. Anyways, it's still an uncomfy thing that I mean, that's just what it made me think of.
Dark.
It's
stuff. Dark stuff.
Dark
yeah,
stuff.
But to me, like I said, Zach's vision is perfect. If you told Zach, Zach, look, right over here, this is what we call Elseworld. Build whatever the fuck you want. Oh, yeah.
Like a whole
Zach would have made the greatest Elseworld we've ever seen, right? But don't tell me you're starting a universe with a 50-year-old Batman and everyone else is young.
That was my number one complaint.
And then you kill him.
That was my number one complaint. That's the number one reason why I couldn't fully get into Zack Snyder's Justice League is because they started off with Old Man Batman, and like that needs to be earned. For me personally, that has to be earned. Like we got 100%. That earned with Logan. That's 100%. Why Batman versus Superman didn't land with me, because I'm like, this is a story that should be after seeing years of their friendship, and it's like crushing to see them go after each other. It's crushing to see them be broken and have that dynamic shift so drastically. And that's why it just didn't land for me. And, I'm so happy that people loved it. Don't get me wrong. I'm never going to knock people for liking the movie because it's exciting to see people get excited about stuff. But it was disappointing for me because I wanted to have time to breathe and have those moments with them and see their relationship grow before we went straight to Batman v Superman.
This is why I always had
this argument. Giving him that time.
I mean, it's not, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone particularly. It's just what my issues were in general, whether it was a studio or people that just didn't understand or people that wanted a different take than I would agree with. Marvel. Yeah.
Push them. Hey, come on.
They definitely, okay. I think that sometimes gets confused. Zach, in his first two movies, there was no bigger freedom for a director in a superhero world than what he had. He wanted Batman. He wanted to do a Batman movie.
What they should have done is have a Batman. He wanted Batman. They should have had Man of Steel 2.
No.
Then they should have.
That's also. No, I'm with you, Jayla. They should have spaced it, but that's also a lie. Zach wanted that. That was very much those two sides coming together for that decision. That wasn't forced on him. He wanted to do that. It's why he had AJ. What was the author of I'm completely blanking on his name, of The Dark Knight Returns.
God.
Completely blanking on his freaking name. But that was what Zach wanted to do. He went out and here's how you know this was Zach's decision. When he went to go cast, he only had two names. He had Josh Brolin and Ben Affleck. That means you were already going to make your Batman old as shit. So that wasn't the studio going, hey, do me a favor, make Batman 50. That was his decision. So I'm like, Frank Miller, thank you.
Frank Miller, of course.
Thank you. So I'm like, even if the studio said, hey, put Batman with Superman, I didn't have an issue with you doing that as early as you did. My issue was, why is your Batman so... By the time we got to Justice League, Bruce Wayne was saying the entire movie, I am just too old for this shit. And I'm like, I don't know what these directors' obsession is. You had Christopher Nolan that retired Batman. You got Zack Snyder that was willing to kill Batman. What is with you guys' obsession with the end? Why is there no proper structure for this character?
That's, another issue I like to bring up is this is the thing that I will complain about. I will never shut up about this. I know it's over, it's whatever, but it's heartbreaking for me to see someone be handed over one of the most iconic moments in comic book history with Superman's death. I'm saying, like, when it happened, it was in magazines, people were talking about it. There was news reports, people were talking about it.
Yeah, it should have meant more.
And it's just so disappointing because, like, there's no buildup. I didn't feel emotional. It didn't feel earned. He was brought back the next movie, so it was just like, all right, Superman died. Nope, just kidding. Right. They could have done more with that. That's one of the most iconic moments, like I said already, in comic history, and it could have been huge. It could have been massive. It could have been a whole let it breathe, event.
That's for sure.
Yeah, he definitely didn't let it breathe. And look, it was a golden opportunity.
Done. Golden.
In the trailer for BVS, when you saw Bruce Wayne looking at those newspaper articles where it was saying murderer, killer, and all that stuff, everyone assumed that was Red Hood. Everyone's like, oh shit, that's Red Hood. Then you see the suit of a Robin with Joker writing all over it. You're like, oh my God, they're gonna venture in the Red Hood. And when you find out it was Lex Luthor, you're like,
don't get me started on the characterization of Lex Luthor. That I can't do it. I can't do it because I want to talk about good things. I want to talk about how much I like the movie.
This is why I argued that Civil War was a better Batman v Superman was than Batman versus Superman. Because literally Zemo is a better Lex Luthor than Lex Luthor.
You're so right. It hurts. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's the most
and honestly,
perfect way to put it.
What makes it worse is Zemo just brought a friend back and that caused chaos. Lex Luthor had to legit do some pain in Gotham and Metropolis to make that kind of go into to kind of cultivate that. Zemo just went, hey, Cap, your friend's back. And Cap was like, oh shit, I'll kill for my friend. And it was just like, well, there's your conflict. It was that simple. That simple. All right, let's see what they're saying in the comment section.
Hope y'all get everything y'all love from this new Batman.
Don't forget he killed off Dick Grayson too. You know what I don't like about Trevon doing this all the time? He'll tell you every single day how diehard he loves Static, right? And when you lean into his excitement for Static, I don't ever get that support for Batman. It's always, I hope you get what you want. I genuinely hope
you always tell me. You always tell me it's coming. It's fine. Just calm down. It's coming.
It is coming. They said it's happening. I don't. What else do you want? You want it to just film?
Yes.
It takes time, Trevon. It takes time.
Trevon, just imagine this. Just imagine this. New York Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. There's a huge announcement. Static Shock.
Michael B. Jordan shows up. Yeah, exactly. Michael B. Jordan shows up.
Listen, Michael B. Jordan is not allowed to be at Comic-Con because my mom will go insane. She will go feral. And I do not want to have to deal with the legal consequences of seeing that happen.
Look. Tell mom it's 100% fine. I already set, for myself, I set bail money aside in case Hayden Christensen shows up. I know I'm going to get tasered. I know I'm going to get dragged out in handcuffs. I already got bail money ready. I already got bail money ready. You guys just got to come get me. That's it. So tell mom it's fine. I'll put
all
money
I know is if Haley Staples is there.
AJ, if Haley's going to be there, I will revoke your press pass.
Why?
Because you post a GIF of her daily. If you get an actual picture with her, oh my God, you'll become uncontrollable. I can't have that. Sorry, I can't have that. Don't forget he also killed off Dick Grayson. Don't get me started.
Oh my God.
Don't get me started on that.
Well,
Mr. E says Snyder fans are awesome and passionate people. The Snyder cultists are weird. Yeah, the problem is, Mr. E, Snyder fans became very quiet. Snyder purists became a movement. So then I kind of
great way to put it.
I just grouped them all together because you just kept hearing Snyder this, Snyder that, and it was just like, okay, you guys gotta stop.
Confirmation bias. You don't really hear the good because the other side's so loud.
Yes, and they were making it sound like they weren't willing to accept any DC movie that did not have his signature on it. And that's what really
that's just upset. Unhealthy for film in general. Not to be that person, but like Zach, as he's very talented. He's an extremely talented director, and I want to make sure I say that. Mm-hmm. But he didn't invent DC. He's not.
They believe that Zack Snyder
is a god.
They believe that Zack Snyder is God himself.
He's not that intertwined with DC, even though he's made a lot of he's not. The Russo brothers are more entwined with Marvel than he is with DC, if you want to go down 100%. That route. And they stepped away and no one was like, oh no, this is not allowed. It's great to have different creators and put their own spin and their own take and their own energy into things. And that's how you get some of the best stuff. You know?
I think it's more of Zach kind of casted all of them. So it's like Russo Bros are not cast any of them. So, but whatever. I don't know. I
feel you.
Hold on. Time out. I didn't understand what you were saying.
Zach casted all of the DC people that we know right now, except for the new Batman.
He's talking about Vision,
right?
I
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So what is the
really
point you're
cast
making?
Anybody? Like, so that's why they feel like he's so attached to.
Time out. They did cast somebody. They casted your current Captain America.
I mean,
Anthony Mackie did not exist before Winter Soldier.
Okay, but that's not everybody.
You love you some Anthony Mackie.
I'm talking about the whole Justice League. Like
I do think we also need to give credit. They have a casting director that does.
They talked about, a lot of people talk about how he specifically. Like,
yes, that's usually what. Yes, that's what a director usually does. You're usually part of that process, but you don't go find them.
You know what?
No, look, I get what you guys are saying. I get what you guys are saying. I'm just saying that you wanted one singular vision for a universe. That should never happen from a director. A director is your singular vision. What? And y'all were gonna be okay with that shit. Y'all are gonna, let's just get this. Metropolis is here, Gotham is here, and then Themyscira is right in the water with it. Everything is right here together. It's in one island. Like, his vision was just so goddamn flawed. It was. Look, I still believe he gave us the greatest Superman I've ever seen. I will always say that. Watchmen, brilliant. 300, brilliant. The man can direct his ass off. But to have one director do your entire universe, where have you ever seen that? Where have you ever seen that? Never. That's a horrible concept. Don't ever do that. Horrible. Sith Morrison.
That's too much pressure on the director too.
Yeah, I
It
think
is.
it thrives off collaboration. These things thrive off collaboration.
Yeah,
it is. And look, we appreciated these characters more when James Wan got a hold of Aquaman.
James Wan,
right?
cut out.
We appreciated it more when Patty Jenkins got a hold of Wonder Woman.
James Wan.
I love what I'm seeing from the director of The Flash, what he's bringing to that universe.
Who's directing
so I'm
Flash
like,
again?
Muschietti.
Yes, Andy. Yes, who did It 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I
see.
like the flexibility of letting these other directors get their hands on these characters and just bring more life to them. Like, look at everyone's suits today compared to what they were in one Justice League movie. It's beautiful. There's color. There's hope. There's life, right? Like, the costumes can breathe. You know, I appreciate that. Like, good. Everyone dressed like Batman. They looked at Batman and said, "Oh, you're doing dark? We're all dark. No color, devoid of color." Goodness gracious. I respect all you guys' opinions, but I definitely don't agree with most of it. Go ahead, let us know.
That's
what
fine.
you don't
I
agree
like
with,
to hear the
Mr.
opinions.
Morrison. Yeah, let us know what you don't agree with.
We're here for the discussion.
I know what he had planned, but those were ideas. Those weren't set in stone. No. Okay, so again, that's also a misconception. If he had not gone through what he went through when he left Justice League, those were the plans he was going to go through with. That was set in stone for what he was going to introduce in Justice League 2. But when he got derailed for Justice League 1, that's obviously where I believe once he got to flesh it out, he would have probably changed things. But we saw Batman was on a path to die in his Snyder cut. So I'm like, I don't think it was going to change much.
Also,
You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like he kind of wasted Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter, respect, please, please.
Wait,
you had Martian
was in the
Manhunter.
movie?
You had Martian Manhunter on Earth since Man of Steel, and he was just sitting back like,
why did he even
these
do
are
that?
not my problems. He was
My
just
man
like,
was chilling.
He was like, y'all got me fucked up.
Lois.
He was eating popcorn.
Like, yo,
I'll just chat to Lois real quick. All right, bye guys. Deal with it on your own.
That is the
later.
biggest problem. That is the biggest problem I have with the Snyder Cut, where he goes, "I've been sitting aside for too long. It's time I stepped into the game." Like, wait, hold on. Earth almost died twice. And now you're like, you know what? I probably shouldn't let it happen the third time. I got y'all.
He's one of the best
charm.
characters.
It's
He's
supposed
one of
to
the
be
best members of
Green
Justice
Lantern.
League, but we're just going,
They
no.
wouldn't let him do Green Lantern, so he did.
We don't need Martian Manhunter.
No,
Trayvon. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even going
No,
there.
Trayvon.
Let's
Martian
move on.
Manhunter has been
Because
there since Man of Steel. That's what we're trying to say.
I get
You
that, but
watched
he
two
did that-
major
he did
incidents
that
happen.
Never mind.
Actually, I'm sorry, 3 major incidents happened. I keep forgetting BVS was right in between that. So you watch
That was
Man
like
of
a
Steel,
last minute.
BVS. No, he was always Martian Manhunter. What are you talking about?
The fact
He's
that
saying
was
that
trying to-
how
was
could he
trying
get
to
there
do
last
Green
minute?
Lantern. He was trying to do Green Lantern, but whatever.
Regardless, the decision they
wouldn't let him
to
do it. So
terrible.
he did Martian Manhunter.
No. We don't have a problem with Martian Manhunter. We're saying our problem is that he didn't get involved before that moment. I love Martian Manhunter. Yeah, I love
more
Henry
Martian
Lennox.
Manhunter.
Yeah, my problem wasn't using Martian Manhunter. My problem was, like, if you're telling me he's been this general this entire time, why wouldn't you let him
leave me out.
get in? Just let him get in. That's all I'm saying. I didn't have a problem with you not being able to use Green Lantern.
I love both.
But I'm curious to know y'all thoughts on the Walking Dead series coming to an end. I haven't watched Walking Dead since what's his name got his head bashed in. So
since season 4 for me.
Wait.
Martian Manhunter. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jayla. Go ahead.
You're gonna say something. Go for it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
If I do not see Rick return in this final season, then this whole thing has been for nothing. The whole thing has been for nothing.
I think the idea was for him not to return until the movie. No, he's supposed to return in the movie.
Are they still making the movie?
That's what I heard.
I thought they decided to cancel that movie.
That's what I thought. But like what they're doing, I think they're teeing it up for him to return. Like, I mean, if he doesn't and they don't do the movie, then I have no idea. Like, apparently he was in Atlanta, like around or something. So they're, he might be back. But if not, then I'm gonna be very sad. Like, extremely sad.
I know. I fully agree. Like, it was supposed to be his story, and his son was supposed to follow up, but we have neither now. It was supposed to be his story, and it was really disappointing to see him leave. It was really disappointing to see Carl leave, and it kind of lost me because of that.
Shout out to Sabrina, because we know how passionately she feels about Carl's untimely death.
They didn't need to kill him. It was too early, too soon. Nope. There was no need.
Hey, we got Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and he's always fun.
Yeah.
That didn't sound very convincing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
On the bright side, I haven't watched in a while. I can't lie to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me either.
I'm up to date. Like,
You'll have to fill me in.
I will. Don't worry. It's a lot, but yeah.
Mr. E says Martian Manhunter thing, I'm sure was fan service because everybody theorized the general guy was him. I don't know. To me, I would like to give Zach credit that guy had always been Martian Manhunter. Because to me, that narratively just makes way more sense.
No matter what, I can always say Zach's a man with a vision. He has a vision that he wants to go
it can be good or bad. Yeah.
I was about to say, yes, he is definitely a guy with a vision. For sure.
Whatever that vision
is. Got it planned out. However you take the vision.
But he's a man with a plan.
Yeah, I'll give you that for sure. 100%. Yeah, because I have to imagine when they were writing some of these things, like someone had to look over at him like, what? You really wrote that, huh? All right.
I want to keep that in. Do what you want.
I think I would have got fired the first day. I'm like, what in the hell are you thinking over there?
No, I mean, look, AJ, we would have got kicked out at the same point. I know the point we would have got kicked out. Like, we're reading the script and it says, "Oh, Bruce Wayne walks in front of the dead Dick Grayson Robin suit," and that's when we would have stood up and went, "Oh my god, this shit right here, it's got to go. Throw this away. Throw this.
You gonna have to cross that out.
Throw that out. Right, Jason Todd. Right, Jason Todd there, and we're good. Yeah, for sure. You gotta get that shit out. I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm
gonna need you to split these stories apart. Make that one movie. Make that the other movie, not combined.
Right. Yes.
I see.
Sith Morrison says, if I listed all the stuff I disagreed with, we'd be here all day. No, Sith Morrison, give us an example. You don't have to list everything. But like I said, sometimes disagreements are just misunderstandings. So if it's something we're misunderstanding, open me up to it. Mr. E says Joe is going to kill me for this, but Daryl should have been killed by Negan.
Ooh.
Wait, who's Daryl?
Norman Reedus.
Trevon, I love the two most beautiful suits in DC history. I love that you brought up two most beautiful suits in DC history. I love that. And I'll forever support that logo. That's a fucking beautiful ass
man,
logo.
No matter how I feel about that movie, the moment it was revealed at Comic-Con, everyone was going crazy over the logo alone. Iconic moment.
Yeah.
The logo, no. When Henry Lennox started talking, and in my mind, I'm like, I've heard this before. And I'm like, where the fuck did I hear this? And I'm like, oh,
because he was reading from the comics,
I was
right?
like, oh my God, yes, give it to me now. And then the logo popped up, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Fingers crossed we have one of those moments at New York Comic Con this year.
But see, that's why I said, Jayla, that's why I said I don't support people who say starting with BVS was a mistake. because when that was announced, I didn't hear anyone
Everybody was
why
hyped
the
up with
fuck
that,
would
yeah.
you do that? Everyone was on board.
And that
now,
poster-
how it turned out was different, but everyone loved that announcement when it was made because it was
it
massive.
still has one of the best trailers out so far too.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you bleed? You will? What? Now, again, I had a problem with Batman saying that his Superman flew away. That's some punk shit. But in the trailer where it made it seem like he said it to his face, oh man, I was talking my Batman shit every day. He gonna whoop Superman's at watch. I was talking my Batman stuff daily.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I was.
How did you feel during the movie after you
during the movie? You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt the
Okay.
same way in that movie that I felt because as AJ, I talked so much shit about Kong about to whoop Godzilla's ass, right? And then I watched that movie and I'm like, but Godzilla has no hands.
Yeah, exactly.
He's whooping King Kong's ass. I mean, whooping him. What am I watching? He got no hand. He's this. He's doing this, and he is thrashing King Kong.
It do be like that sometimes.
Like, nah, man. Like, come on. He using tail and mouth. King Kong got head, hands, feet, and Godzilla using tail and mouth.
I'm sorry.
Man, I've never been more upset. Unpopular opinion, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is playing Jeffrey Dean Morgan, not Negan. I guess so.
No idea.
I haven't seen it recently, so I'm going to say yes.
I mean, I guess.
Dean Morgan.
Wait, I will say this. Jeffrey Dean Morgan did share a really funny story on the Howard Stern show that there was a moment where Rick punches Negan like square in the mouth. He said that was real. Like he really cold cut him. And he said he broke his nose. And he said if you know anything about about Lincoln, he's very passionate. Right. He's very passionate when he films. So he really gets into it. So he was saying we were supposed to be like
Coral,
like, you know, maybe spaced a little bit more, and he came full in and cocked me. Howard Stern was like, well, what was his reaction? He was like, he felt really sorry. But he's like, me as a person who got punched, I'm not accepting that. Like, you just punched the shit out of me. Like, so he said, no, he's a great guy, but he said, yeah, no, that punch was real. He punched the shit out of me.
Something similar happened on the Scream set, actually.
With what?
There's a moment where spoilers for Scream. Oh no, where
it only came out in 98.
Yeah, 96.
I keep making that mistake, Jayla. I'm so sorry. 96.
Sydney's hiding from the dudes, and Billy is like she jumps out of the closet with an umbrella to get Billy. Stabs him once, but the second time she goes back and stabs him, she misses the like safety plate underneath his shirt and actually gets him in the shoulder with the tip of the umbrella. She actually stabbed him. So there's a fun fact.
See, my reflex is to hit back. So this is why it's like, all right, make sure we do it right the first time because I don't want to accidentally slap you. Like I don't want to.
And if you go back and watch that scene, you can tell when he's like screaming out of actual pain.
Sith Morrison says, for example, with Superman's death, for me, it really, I guess you're saying really hit hard because I connected with this Superman. No, I don't think we're saying that the death didn't connect. We're just saying it happened really freaking early. Like you killed Superman in his second movie. Like he
hasn't even become Superman yet.
Right. I'm like
seen like Clark and
yeah. I'm like
Superman thing.
That was weird. Very weird that you did that so early. But look, he started the universe off weird. Batman was 60. Like he was using a walker to get around. So like a lot of decisions were weird. So but we're not saying that it didn't land. Because I'll forever say, me and AJ talked about it. That moment where Clark's dad sacrificed himself, so Clark was able to have the life he chose to have. That's still one of the. I put that up there with Mufasa dying. That's one of the top 5 saddest fucking parent deaths in anything. Like goddamn, like he literally said, you know what? I will die before I let the world make you into a weapon. That's beautiful writing right there. I love that shit. Trevon, you're going to get static. Will you relax? Oh my God.
Let him be excited. All right. He's been waiting long enough. Let him live his life.
Long enough. They only announced it last year.
Trevon, have you been reading the comics?
Read some of it. I need to get back into it. Yeah.
What is fandom we got this year? New York Comic Con. They won't do anything for San Diego. I think that's done for. But all you need, Trevon, is for Michael B. Jordan to put out a project. Between now and the end of the year, for someone to ask him about.
Let him focus on Creed first.
Creed 3. Oh my God, I forgot.
Let him focus
They're
on
filming
Creed.
that like right now, right?
Yeah, he's working on it right now.
Focus on Creed, man.
You know what? Whoa.
No. I'm siding with Trevon right now. Throw that movie in the garbage and go work on Static Shock. I don't know, damn Creed.
You don't like Creed?
It's too late now. He's already started working on it.
No, quit it. Turn that movie into Static
you?
Shock. Turn that movie into Static Shock. That's what you do. So you don't have to waste none of the money. Just turn it into Static Shock. That's all you got to do. So where you're like, wait, why is Static boxing? I don't. That's just how we edit it. Don't worry. The second one will be better.
I mean, Static can box, so
Static do got those hands. That's true. Oh wow, I had no idea he was doing another Creed. Jamie, okay, before I have to get you a bottle of water, relax on the thirst for Michael B. Jordan. Relax, Jamie. Jamie.
To be fair, I would like to see Jonathan Majors and Static Shock too. So
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Stop making Creed and just start filming Static Shock. Put Jonathan Majors in there. He'd be perfect. Be perfect. But no, I do want to give a shout out to Mr. E. I want to give a shout out to Sith Morrison. Wait, Sith Morrison say anything else? Oh, also The Walking Dead is awesome at the moment. I've been watching it since the beginning. Yeah, to me, once it started branching out into other shows, I was just like, all right, you're barely keeping me for this one. Now I got to pay attention to these other ones. I don't have it in me. So I just stopped cold turkey. I'm done with it.
I think I stopped when it was the prison season. I think that's
God damn, AJ. That was a good season.
You did not.
Prison was a good season. Oh my God.
I think that's where I stopped at.
Really? After or during?
I think it was after the prison.
Okay.
If I know AJ, it was during.
No, was that the season where they were just walking in the woods for like 30 episodes?
Or they were pulling on Lord of the Rings? They usually just do that every season. They pull a Lord of the Rings. They're just walking.
It was
no
like
cars,
the farm, and then they went to the prison after the farm, right?
They did, yeah.
The
prison is where his mother died.
Yeah,
his wife died.
Coral when he's like having a breakdown.
Yes, yeah, that's when she died. Yeah.
And then it was after, it was after the prison.
Okay. Season. Yeah, so Sith Morrison, I have nothing bad to say about The Walking Dead. To me, I can't do too much, and they were giving me too much at the time. So I just said, you know what, cold turkey, no more.
You know what it was? I think it's because I was rewatching Game of Thrones. I think that's the reason why I stopped.
That's fair. That's fair.
Whenever I was watching, it felt repetitive. I just got tired of it.
I agree with you, Trevon. I mean, and look,
season 2, 3, something like that. It was just like, okay, this is the same shit again.
Season 1 was great.
They kept pulling like they kept getting themselves in situations, and then it was like, all right, they just get themselves out of situations, and it's just like, all right, no, people got to die along the way. Like a lot more important people got to die along the way.
I feel like if you guys had waited, then you would have seen the beauty.
I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait.
It is what it is.
A whole season of nothing. Yeah, I couldn't do that.
I think I fell off a little bit after Negan was first introduced. A little bit after that is around the time I fell off.
Yeah, when he caved what's his name's head in.
But I knew that was going to happen because of the comics.
Next episode I was gone.
Really?
Yeah, the next episode I was gone.
Really? If you read the comics, it was way where like the comics are so.
Oh no! Not because I thought it was too dark, but because at that point I think is where they started. Either Fear the Walking Dead was a season before that, or that season, and I was just like, I can't give my attention to both.
I haven't watched the spin-offs though. I haven't watched the spin-offs. I'm stuck to my main timeline. I haven't watched.
I respect that so much.
So wait, you're not even gonna see Fear the Walking Dead to see Morgan?
Nope.
No.
Damn. Okay, damn.
Because Fear the Walking Dead was when it first. It's like a different group when it first the outbreak first happened, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Morgan comes in a long time afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it. It just, like I said, because something's not for me doesn't mean that I didn't like it. Mr. E wants you guys to say Biggie Smalls 3 times in your bathroom mirror. Apparently. I tried watching Fear the Walking Dead and couldn't get into it, and World Beyond was terrible. Yeah, see?
I don't even know what World Beyond is. That's how far behind I am.
Well, I will say this, Jamie. I was gonna read your comments, but you're talking about things that you watch and aren't watching, and all I can think of
Be
is
nice
Clone
to
Wars.
Jamie.
Not watching Clone Wars.
Yeah,
Why are
you're
you
not watching
watching
Clone Wars?
Y'all got to stop.
Yeah. No, it'll never
Wow,
stop.
y'all gotta let that go.
Ever. No, never. Why, Trevon? You did your homework. Why is it Jamie gets to not do hers?
I am very interested in this. I want to see it.
Jamie doesn't get to not be interested.
Yeah,
Jamie doesn't get to
She wants
not
to
be
watch
interested.
Obi-Wan. She watched Bad Batch for whatever reason.
Reasons I still don't
A
understand.
lot.
Reasons I still don't understand. Trayvon did that too to start. He watched Rebels and then watched Clone Wars. And I'm like, how did you even know anything about what was happening there?
Rebels was on Disney XD. And that's why I watched it.
Disney XD. What a time to be alive.
Y'all be breaking my
What
heart.
a time to be alive. You've already broke my heart, to be fair.
That's
So
wait. We're talking old school Disney XD because when Rebels was happening, that wasn't the classic Disney XD.
Well, I don't know what the classic is.
I don't have enough memory to tell you when
okay,
things
all right,
happen.
'cause
I don't remember
classic
things in
Disney
order.
XD. Classic Disney XD is how we got Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That's classic.
I didn't
Disney
watch
XD.
that on there.
I remember watching
okay,
Spider-Man a bunch. And
I've seen it. I've seen
Don't
it
lead
now.
with that. You almost scared the hell out of me, Trayvon. I thought you were
seen the
saying you ain't
whole
seen
thing.
it. Oof,
Yeah.
man, he's about to get blocked. But what were you saying, Jayla? You didn't watch it, or
No, I was saying I remember watching Spider-Man a lot on Disney XD. That was just enough.
Oh my God! Whoa, you're talking Ultimate Spider-Man?
I've watched multiple Spider-Man shows on Disney XD, but I did like Ultimate Spider-Man. And you can't take that from me.
I'm trying to think. Was Spectacular Spider-Man Disney XD? I don't know.
There was more than one. There was more than one Spider-Man show that showed on Disney XD.
100%. There was three. The most recent one that they canceled, the Ultimate one, and then there was something before that. I feel.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was just called Marvel Spider-Man.
No. I know what it was. They had Disney XD going back. Spider-Man Unlimited was Disney. They did Spider-Man Unlimited. Then years later, because Spectacular Spider-Man, I think, was Saturday morning cartoons for like Fox or something.
Oh my God, you're right.
I don't think that was Disney. I think it was somewhere there. It was just Saturday morning cartoons. But Disney XD, I think, had Unlimited, Ultimate, and then that newer one that they canceled right away. And now we got a new Spider-Man animated series coming out.
Yay! Give me more. Give me Spider-Man and Spider-Man.
Right? Yeah, it's a prequel to Homecoming. Yeah, it's knowing.
It's freshman year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm biased because The Walking Dead is my favorite show, so I'll be defending. No, you don't have to defend it. None of us are saying it's bad. It lost us in different places.
It's so great. It's so great concept. It's Walking Dead. It's iconic.
It's an amazing concept.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Fantastic. I'll probably rewatch it too. It's just lost me for a bit. Yeah.
Jamie says sometimes you just be watching things. No, you need to watch
Clone
Jamie. Wars.
Yes, absolutely. I feel her. She'll watch Clone Wars. If you stop bullying her about it, she'll watch it.
Here's the thing. You ready for this? You ready for how that's a lie? I haven't mentioned Clone Wars to Shekinah in months. I mean months. Ask Shekinah what episode she's on for Clone Wars.
What episode are you in?
Of the very first season. I said this. I'm not going anywhere. Just
that's all I'm saying. And that was with no bullying. She watched one episode of the first season.
That's an episode she watched that she didn't have to.
Trayvon, again, I thank you for doing your homework. So you will truly appreciate when those flashbacks happen in the Kenobi series where you can just yes. So I appreciate you, Trayvon. Yes. Sith Morrison says you do need to watch the Clone Wars.
Wait, hold on. This is a question for Jamie.
Yes.
Did she watch season 7 of Clone Wars since that came out? Didn't that come out after Bad Batch?
Don't ask her that, because if I find that answer out, I'm going to be highly upset. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that. So we're going to get out of here because I don't want to know that. But I want to thank Shekinah for coming back and joining GVN Talk. We have missed you. There are so many takes we had been wanting to have you on here to talk about. but we are glad that you came back. Always part of the GVN family. Love having you back. Hopefully we can do it a lot more going forward. But we are just glad to have you back. And of course, I want to give a shout out to Tristan, Sabrina. And am I forgetting someone? No. Tristan and Sabrina, who are, oh, yes, Jamie.
Wow.
Man, I guess I forgot Jamie like Jamie forgot Clone Wars.
Oh my
It's
god.
that easy.
Did you
It
say
seems
Blake?
to be that easy. No. Blake doesn't usually do Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't usually do Friday. He does Wednesday and Sunday.
Sunday.
But no, shout out to Jamie, Sabrina, and Tristan. We definitely missed you guys. Can't wait to have you back next week. We're getting closer and closer to May. And when we hit Doctor Strange, that will be the start of a very tumultuous month.
I have
Doctor
no
Strange,
control over how
Stranger
I
Things.
behave after Doctor Strange. I'm warning y'all now.
Yeah.
No warning.
I'm fully prepared for me and AJ to dive deep into the mythos of comic books to break down every possible sector of that movie. Every possible inch of that movie.
I'll bring out my.
We will have comic knowledge to give. The Eye of Agamotto?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll have it ready.
Yes. We just need the cape. That's all we need. We just need the cape. That's it. Or the cloak, whatever you call it. The cloak.
The cloak of levitation.
I do want to say this now that you showed the Eye of Agamotto, because this has been asked of me and AJ a billion times, and a lot of people don't know this. So, quick history lesson as we get out of here, guys. So, what a lot of people don't know is the Eye of Agamotto, when you saw it get destroyed in Infinity War, the Eye of Agamotto is actually one of three. There are 3 Eyes of Agamotto. They were separated and given to different people. Doctor Strange obviously was given one of them. There are 2 others out there. So a lot of people believe the one that they saw, that's not the real Doctor Strange because the one got destroyed. And I'm like, well, A, it was an illusion when Thanos destroyed it. That's one. And 2, there are numerous Eyes of Agamotto. And the Eye of Agamotto has power outside of a stone. In the comics, there was never a stone.
There's no stone, yeah.
The Eye of Agamotto is the source of power on its own. So I think that's what we'll see in this movie.
In the movie, technically, it
where
just
it's its own
housed
power.
the stone, right? Like, it wasn't necessarily...
Yeah, it was never used because
Yeah.
remember, she rarely wore it. It would just sit there.
Yeah. It was like a little home.
Right, which made people think it was like a wallet. It's not a wallet. It's powerful on its own. Like a lot of people, it's just there to hold the stone. No, it's not. All right, so as we get out of here, Jamie says Juwaan's about to catch these hands at Comic-Con.
I will bet $50 on Jamie.
I'm not fighting Jamie, so Jamie's obviously gonna win. I'm not gonna fight Jamie, and I am scared of Jamie, so I definitely wouldn't fight her even if I wanted to. I was surprised he didn't notice Sith. No, I just stopped saying anything that Jamie said, Trevon. I'm going to Comic-Con one of these days. Juwaan already knows the outfit I'm wearing. Oh my God, that'll be awesome, mystery. Yeah, we'll talk more about New York Comic-Con when we get down the road. But yeah, that's definitely something we're going to make really big this year for our GVN family. I'm actually going to talk to Pete for maybe doing a game night at a bar in New York City, a trivia game night.
Have fun, guys.
Yeah, good luck.
Have fun without me.
We'll set up an
wouldn't be good,
iPad with a camera on it so you
Yes,
can be with us
Shekinah,
in
yes, you
spirit.
could be with us.
I'll be there
AJ,
virtually.
yes,
I
you'll be
got
there
you.
virtually. And AJ, you don't have a choice. Whatever I decide we're doing, you're going to be a part of it.
I mean, I suck at trivia, so it's...
So I forget people's names every day. I forgot Jamie's name, and it was right on the screen.
You
So
forgot.
I obviously,
Never mind.
I forget a lot. So don't worry about it. It's fine. You'll be fine. But yeah, we're gonna have prizes and everything. So we're gonna make it really big this year. We're gonna make it fun. So New York Comic Con this year is gonna be pretty big for the GVN family. But I want to thank you guys so much. I don't know. Jamie wrote YOL. I don't speak slang. I don't know what you kids do these days. I don't know what that is. So
You out of luck.
Oh, see, I don't know what you kids be. I don't know the slang and the gangster lingo you kids be talking these days.
Oh my god!
I don't know any of that. Yeah, that's.
I
that's
think
out
you
of
just
my realm.
aged me by 5 years.
No, but seriously, thank you guys. We love you so much. Stay tuned this Sunday at 2:30. Jayla, do you want to let them know what our topic is for this Sunday?
Yeah, we had so much fun last time talking about remakes. We kind of went into this topic, so we're going to take a deep dive on what makes a good adaptation. How much should we take from source material? Gonna really dive in and hear all the hot takes from that, because I think it's a good jumping point from last week.
Yes.
Okay.
My defense will be watch the Batman. That's how you do it. That answers everything, top to bottom. Just watch that.
We'll get there. Don't get me started yet.
Yes, but guys, also stay tuned. Me and Sabrina will be planning a watch party for the Batman now that it's coming on HBO Max this Monday. So we will be doing a watch party for that. And I'm gonna see if I can get a certain writer of that movie to maybe be part of our watch party. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna have a lot of fun. A lot of cool stuff is coming you guys' way this upcoming week and beyond. So till next time, guys. Peace.
Bye, guys.